Babylon rests, and the royal gardens are still. Sleep.
Welcome to Quiet Lives. Before we drift into tonight's journey, if you find sanctuary here, please consider subscribing to join our community of rest. I would love to know which corner of the world you are finding peace in tonight, and what hour it is where you are. Feel free to share your story in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The cool, polished surface of the black basalt floor presses gently against the soles of your bare feet, a solid anchor in the deep quiet of the late Babylonian night. A sliver of moonlight, diffused by the high, narrow window, casts a soft, almost silver glow across the threshold of your private perfumery laboratory. You step fully into the room, the heavy cedar door swinging silently shut behind you, sealing away the distant rustle of the hanging gardens and the muted calls of night birds. The air within is still, carrying a faint, complex perfume of aged woods and the lingering ghost of rare essences. Your gaze drifts to the center of the chamber, where a wide, low table of dark, polished ebony stands, meticulously prepared. On its surface, a collection of tools gleams softly: burnished bronze spatulas, delicate glass files stoppered with polished agate, and small, intricately carved alabaster bowls. Each item is positioned with an almost ritualistic precision, awaiting your touch. You approach the table, your hand brushing lightly over its cool, smooth edge, feeling the subtle grain of the exotic wood beneath your fingertips. Your attention settles on a single, extraordinary vessel at the table's heart. It is a perfectly spherical flask of clearest rock crystal, cradled in a stand of chased gold, its surface catching and refracting the moonlight into tiny, shimmering rainbows. Within, suspended like liquid starlight, is the rare moon-harvested essence, gathered only on the night of the fullest crescent, when certain desert blossoms unfurl their petals. The liquid inside holds a faint, ethereal luminescence, a soft, pale blue that seems to pulse gently. With a slow, deliberate movement, your fingers close around the slender neck of the crystal flask. The coolness of the stone is immediate, a grounding sensation. You lift it carefully, feeling its balanced weight, a testament to the master artisan who shaped it. The gold stand remains on the table, awaiting the flask's return. You bring the flask closer, its faint glow illuminating the delicate patterns etched into the crystal. The air around it seems to shimmer, holding the promise of its profound aroma. You pause, notice, wait, rest. The quiet anticipation fills the space, the cool crystal flask, still radiating its faint blue light, settles with a soft, almost inaudible whisper back into its chased gold cradle. Your fingers linger for a moment on the smooth, cool surface of the rock crystal, feeling the residual coolness against your skin, a gentle anchor before slowly withdrawing. The memory of its balanced weight, so perfectly distributed, still seems to hum in your fingertips. The air around the flask continues to hold a delicate, almost imperceptible perfume, a whisper of the rare moon-harvested essence that now feels deeply familiar. Your gaze now shifts with a quiet purpose to a nearby section of the wide ebony table, where the meticulously arranged tools for documentation await your attention. A scroll of unblemished gilded papyrus lies unfurled, its edges brushed with a fine, almost imperceptible gold dust that catches the subtle moonlight, lending it an ancient, precious gleam. Beside it rests a slender, expertly cut reed pen, its tip honed to a precise, delicate point, ready for its task. Close at hand, a small, shallow bowl of polished, deep obsidian holds a still, reflective pool of rich, dark ink, This ink, carefully prepared from deep indigo dyes and rare mineral pigments, seems to absorb the faint light, reflecting nothing, a profound depth of color waiting to be released. You reach for the edge of the papyrus scroll, your fingertips brushing against its surface. It feels surprisingly robust and subtly fibrous, yet yields with a soft, dry rustle as you gently adjust its position. The slight curve from its coiled state slowly relaxes, smoothing itself against the unyielding ebony. The fine gold dust whispers against your skin, a fleeting, almost imperceptible sensation as you trace the prepared surface with the pad of your thumb. You note its even texture, a perfectly receptive canvas for the intricate symbols about to be inscribed. A faint, dry, almost sweet scent of processed reed and ancient paper rises, mingling with the laboratory's deeper aromas. Then, your hand extends with a deliberate grace towards the reed pen. You lift it, feeling the light, hollow weight of the dried reed. Its natural warmth, a subtle contrast to the cool basalt floor and the polished ebony table. You turn it slowly between your fingers, observing the subtle lines of its natural grain, appreciating the generations of craftsmanship that shaped its precise, sharp point. The faint, earthy scent of dried plant matter, a whisper of the riverbanks where it grew, rises from it. With a focused, unhurried motion, you lower the delicate tip of the reed pen into the obsidian inkwell. The dark liquid embraces the reed, climbing a short distance, drawn by capillary action. The surface tension holds a perfect, glistening drop at the very tip, a miniature sphere of concentrated darkness. There is no sound, only the visual absorption of the available light by the profound blackness of the ink. You lift the pen, holding it steady for a moment, allowing any excess to gently retract back into the well, preventing any accidental spill on the pristine, gilded papyrus. Finally, you bring the charged pen to the prepared, luminous surface of the papyrus. The delicate tip hovers just above the sheet, a moment of perfect stillness, a breath held in quiet anticipation. Then, with a gentle, controlled pressure, the pen touches down. The ink flows smoothly, a deep, rich line, appearing with effortless grace against the pale, golden-hued background. You begin to trace the first intricate symbol, a delicate, sweeping curve that flows into a precise, sharp angle, documenting the exact proportions and properties of the precious, moon-harvested essence. The soft, almost imperceptible whisper of the reed moving across the dry papyrus is the only sound, a rhythmic, calming presence in the deep quiet of the laboratory. Each stroke is measured, deliberate, a quiet act of recording ancient wisdom, an unfolding of the formula. You gently lay the reed pen beside the newly inscribed papyrus, the ink still faintly damp on the gilded surface. A subtle shift in the air draws your attention away from the precise lines, a warmer, sweeter current now mingling with the laboratory's deeper notes in the cool quiet of the night. Your bare feet glide over the cool, polished basalt, carrying you across the chamber towards a quieter, more secluded corner. The soft echo of your own movement is absorbed by the thick, woven wall hangings that adorn this section of the room, depicting ancient botanical studies in muted tones of indigo and ochre. Before you stand 3 elegant alabaster stills, each carved from a single luminous block of stone. Their smooth, pale surfaces glow with an inner light, catching the distant moonlight and revealing the delicate, almost translucent veins within the alabaster itself. They are perfectly proportioned, cool and substantial to the touch, resembling ancient graceful amphorae rather than mere utilitarian instruments. The craftsmanship is evident in every curve, every polished facet, a silent testament to the skill of the artisans who shaped them. A soft, almost imperceptible warmth radiates from their bases, where carefully banked embers, overseen by a silent attendant earlier in the evening, maintain a constant, low heat. You lean closer, discerning the lightest, purest scent of damask roses, subtle and sweet, carried on the warm air. It is a fragrance that speaks of the hanging gardens themselves, a whisper of delicate petals gathered at dawn, now gently transformed. From the narrow, curving necks of each still, a delicate plume of vapor rises, so faint it is barely visible, before condensing into minute crystalline droplets along the cool interior. Beneath the slender, downward curving spouts of the stills, small, perfectly clear crystal collection vials sit, cradled in delicate bronze stands. Within them, the precious rosewater slowly gathers, drop by exquisite drop. Each tiny sphere of liquid forms at the very tip of the spout, glistening for a moment, holding its perfect shape against the air, before detaching and falling with a soft, almost soundless plink into the accumulating pool below. The surface of the rosewater in the vial is unblemished, a mirror reflecting the faint light, subtly expanding with each precious addition. You watch the next drop swell, hold, then gently release, joining its companions in the crystal vial. The rhythmic, almost silent cadence of the falling liquid becomes the only sound, a quiet, steady pulse in the serene night of the perfumery, inviting your thoughts to settle and drift. The air around the stills is imbued with a clean, delicate sweetness, a promise of purity. The soft, rhythmic plink of rosewater gathering in the crystal vials continues its gentle cadence behind you, a soothing backdrop as you turn from the alabaster stills. A different, more verdant fragrance now beckons, a delicate sweetness that suggests another quiet task for the deep hours of the Babylonian night. You move with unhurried steps across the cool basalt floor, the subtle chill a grounding presence against your bare feet, guiding you towards a recessed alcove within the vast perfumery. Here, the moonlight barely penetrates, leaving the space in a soft, welcoming shadow, illuminated only by the faint, warm glow from a single, slender oil lamp on a nearby shelf. Within this quiet alcove, a low, wide table of dark cedar stands, its surface smooth and slightly aromatic with the scent of ancient wood. Upon it, a collection of woven reed baskets rests, each carefully covered with fine linen cloths to protect their precious contents. You approach the table, your hand reaching for one of the linen covers. Your fingers brush against the cool, crisp fabric, feeling the fine, tight weave before you gently lift it, revealing the treasure beneath. Inside the basket, nestled in dry, rustling layers, are countless dried jasmine blossoms. They are tiny, delicate stars of creamy white, perfectly preserved, their petals still holding their intricate forms despite their ethereal dryness. A wave of rich, heady sweetness, both profound and delicate, rises from the basket, enveloping you in its intoxicating embrace. It is the concentrated essence of 1,000 summer nights, captured and held within these fragile, papery blooms. You lean in slightly, inhaling deeply, allowing the exquisite fragrance to fill your senses, a potent reminder of the gardens just beyond these walls. You reach into the basket, your fingers sinking into the soft, dry mass of the blossoms. They feel incredibly light, almost weightless, like tiny flakes of parchment. A soft, dry rustle accompanies your movement. a whisper of countless petals shifting against one another. You scoop a generous handful, feeling the delicate, papery texture of the dried flowers against your palm. Their individual forms are still discernible, each tiny bloom a miniature work of nature's art. A few stray petals cling to your skin, almost imperceptible, leaving behind a subtle, lingering sweetness. Beside the basket, a large, shallow bowl of polished white marble awaits. Its surface is impeccably smooth, cool to the touch, and its inner curve is a perfect, inviting vessel. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to transfer the dried jasmine blossoms from your hand into the marble bowl. The tiny blooms drift down, a gentle cascade of creamy white against the pale stone. They settle softly, accumulating in a delicate, fragrant mound, each falling with a hushed, almost silent whisper. The sound is barely there, a soft, dry padding as the blossoms layer upon one another, building a fragrant hill in the center of the bowl. You continue this quiet ritual, scooping and pouring, until a substantial quantity of the dried jasmine fills the marble bowl, ready for the infusion process that will begin with the first light of dawn. The air around you is now thick, with the pure, sweet aroma, a comforting blanket of fragrance that seems to settle the mind. You smooth the surface of the jasmine with the back of your hand, feeling the dry, cool petals yield beneath your touch, leaving them perfectly arranged for their transformation. The soft, luminous white of the jasmine against the cool, pale marble offers a tranquil, still image in the quiet, shadowed alcove of your laboratory. The rich, sweet perfume of jasmine, still potent from the blossoms you arranged, softens the air around you, a gentle counterpoint to the deeper, more complex aromas of the laboratory. Your bare feet glide silently over the cool, dark basalt floor, carrying you away from the preparation alcove and towards a different, more secluded section of the chamber. Here, the moonlight, already muted, yields almost entirely to the warm, steady glow of several oil lamps, their flames casting long, dancing shadows that seem to breathe life into the quiet space. Before you, lining a wall of polished dark stone, stand several large cedarwood storage chests. They are ancient, crafted from thick, dense planks of fragrant cedar, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of careful handling. The wood itself is a deep, rich, reddish-brown, almost black in the low light, and it exudes a subtle, balsamic scent, dry, clean, and profoundly grounding. Each chest is adorned with heavy, unadorned bronze hardware, the metal gleaming softly, reflecting the lamplight in dull, reassuring glints. These chests hold the most precious and aged resins, gathered from distant lands, some having matured for decades within their aromatic confines. You approach one of the chests, its presence both imposing and inviting. Your fingertips trace the smooth, cool grain of the cedar, feeling the subtle indentations where time has softened its edges. The wood feels solid, substantial, a silent guardian of its contents. A faint, dry whisper of cedarwood rises to meet you as you lean closer, inhaling its deep, calming fragrance. You find the heavy bronze clasp, cool and firm beneath your touch, and with a slow, deliberate motion, you release it. The sound is a soft, deep thunk, resonating briefly in the still air, a sound of ancient metal meeting wood. With both hands, you carefully lift the heavy lid. It rises with a smooth, silent grace, revealing the dark, aromatic interior. A rush of air, thick with the concentrated essence of ancient resins, rises to greet you. It is a complex scent, deep, earthy, slightly spicy, with notes of dry wood and something almost crystalline. The interior of the chest is lined with fine, tightly woven linen, now stained and imbued with the scent of its precious cargo. Within, nestled in individual compartments, lie various forms of hardened resin. Some are rough, dark amber nuggets, others are pale, translucent tears, and still others are almost black, gleaming lumps. Your gaze settles on a collection of frankincense tears, luminous and pale gold, nestled in a small, separate compartment lined with soft, dark felt. They are irregularly shaped, some like tiny pebbles, others like frozen drops of liquid sunlight. You reach in, your fingers gently sifting through the pieces. They feel cool and hard, almost brittle, with a slight, almost imperceptible stickiness that hints at their origin. A faint, dry clink accompanies your touch as the pieces shift against each other. You select a few perfect tears, feeling their individual weight, surprisingly light yet solid, in the cup of your palm. The scent of the frankincense is immediate and profound, clear, crisp, and slightly citrusy, with a deep, resinous undertone that is both invigorating and calming. You bring the selected pieces closer, inhaling their pure, ancient fragrance, allowing it to clear your mind. Each piece of resin seems to hold a tiny, concentrated world of aroma within its form. You pause, holding the frankincense, allowing the profound scent to settle around you, a quiet presence in the lamp-lit chamber. The clear, crisp scent of frankincense still lingering on your fingertips from the resins you just selected, slowly begins to meld with a richer, softer aroma now drawing your attention. You carefully return the chosen frankincense tears to their felt-lined compartment within the cedarwood chest, the heavy lid settling back into place with a soft, resonant underlud. The deep, balsamic fragrance of the ancient wood once again envelops the resins, preserving their potency in the quiet, lamp-lit corner of your laboratory. Your bare feet carry you with measured steps back towards the central ebony table, its smooth surface still holding the faint impressions of your earlier work. On a pristine section of the table, separate from the ink and papyrus, a small, elegant flagon of polished serpentine stone rests, its deep green surface cool and smooth beneath the soft lamplight. It is carved with intricate, delicate patterns that catch the light, revealing the subtle variations in the stone's natural color. This flagon contains a newly crafted personal anointing oil, a blend prepared with the utmost care, designed to soothe and restore. Its stopper, a small, perfectly fitted piece of polished obsidian, sits snugly in the flagon's neck, sealing the precious contents within. You reach for the flagon, your fingers closing around its cool, smooth body. The weight is substantial, grounding, a comfortable presence in your hand. You lift it gently, feeling the slight resistance as the base separates from the ebony. With a slow, deliberate twist, you ease the obsidian stopper from the flagon's neck. A soft, almost silent feeling of released air accompanies the movement, and with it, a wave of profound, complex fragrance rises. It is a warm, earthy aroma, deepened by notes of rare myrrh and a hint of the delicate rosewater you observed earlier, now harmoniously blended into a rich, nourishing base. The scent is comforting, ancient and deeply personal. You hold the flagon steady, its opening now facing upwards. Your other hand moves with unhurried grace, extending your left wrist, palm facing upwards, into the soft lamplight. Your index finger then dips gently into the dark, lustrous oil within the flagon. The liquid feels cool and silken as your finger breaks its surface, a smooth, effortless penetration. A single, perfect drop clings to your fingertip as you withdraw it, glistening with a light, thick, and viscous, a miniature sphere of concentrated essence. With utmost care, you transfer the drop of oil to the inner curve of your wrist. The contact is immediate, a subtle coolness at first, quickly yielding to a profound, spreading warmth. The oil is rich and emollient, gliding across your skin with a luxurious, effortless ease. You use the pad of your thumb to gently, slowly spread the oil in a small circular motion across the delicate skin of your wrist. The friction is barely there, just a whisper of movement, allowing the oil to absorb and release its warmth. The sensation is one of deep comfort, a gentle heat that seems to penetrate just beneath the surface, radiating a quiet, soothing energy. The rich, warm fragrance of the anointing oil now blooms fully, rising from your wrist. It is a grounding scent, enveloping you in its ancient embrace, a personal signature of tranquility. You close your eyes for a moment, simply allowing the warmth and the aroma to settle, feeling the subtle, nourishing presence on your skin. The air around you seems to grow heavier, imbued with the deep, calming essence of the oil, inviting a profound stillness. You pause. Notice. Wait. Rest. The gentle warmth on your wrist is a quiet promise of deeper calm. The subtle, radiating warmth of the anointing oil on your wrist continues its gentle hum, a comforting presence as you carefully replace the obsidian stopper onto the serpentine flagon. The laboratory's lamplit stillness begins to feel complete. Your tasks for this deep night hour concluded. You turn, your bare feet finding the familiar cool basalt floor, and move towards the heavy cedar door that leads out into the Babylonian night and the upper terraces of your magnificent gardens. Your fingers close around the heavy bronze handle of the cedar door, cool and smooth beneath your touch. With a slow, deliberate pull, the door swings inward, revealing a deeper, cooler darkness beyond the laboratory's contained light. The sound is a soft, deep rumble as the heavy wood moves on its ancient hinges, a whisper that quickly dissipates into the vast quiet of the outer corridors. The air that greets you is distinctly different, cooler, crisper, carrying the fresh, earthy scent of damp soil and distant foliage, a welcome change from the concentrated aromas of the perfumery. You step onto a pathway of perfectly cut, smooth limestone, a familiar coolness beneath your bare feet, a stark contrast to the basalt of the laboratory. The path inclines gently upwards, leading you from the inner sanctum of the perfumery towards the terraced levels of the hanging gardens. Each step is unhurried, a quiet ascent under the vast, star-pricked canopy of the Babylonian sky. The moonlight, now unfiltered, bathes everything in a soft, ethereal silver, transforming the familiar landscape into a dreamscape of gentle shadows and luminous forms. The cool, smooth stone beneath your feet feels solid, guiding you steadily onward. As you emerge onto the broad uppermost terrace, a sweeping vista unfolds before you. Tier upon tier of lush foliage descends into the moonlit distance, an architectural marvel of verdant life. The intricate irrigation system, a network of channels and aqueducts, hums with the soft, steady trickle of water, a constant, calming murmur that is the heartbeat of the gardens. The air here is alive with a symphony of night fragrances, a complex blend of sweet and green, carried on the almost imperceptible stir of a gentle breeze. You begin to walk along the wide, paved promenade of the terrace, your bare feet tracing the cool, smooth stone. The air is still, yet carries the faintest breath of a breeze, just enough to stir the outermost leaves of the towering date palms, creating a soft, rustling sound that is almost like a whisper, like distant silk. Your senses open to the night, absorbing the profound tranquility of this elevated sanctuary. The sweet, almost narcotic perfume of night-blooming jasmine, more intense and immediate than the dried blossoms you prepared earlier, drifts towards you, a fragrant current guiding your path further into the moonlit garden. Your steps lead you towards a cascading wall of flowering vines, their delicate white blooms glowing softly in the moonlight. These are the night-flowering cereus, their large, pristine petals unfurling only under the cover of darkness. You reach out, your fingertips gently brushing against a cool, velvety petal. The texture is surprisingly firm, yet soft, a living silk against your skin. The flower releases an even deeper, more concentrated burst of its sweet, vanilla-like fragrance as you draw near. A pure, almost intoxicating sweetness that fills your lungs with each slow, deliberate breath. You pause, allowing the profound beauty and fragrance to settle around you, feeling the cool, soft petals against your hand. The air is thick with a pure, rich scent, a tranquil, enveloping presence. The gentle warmth from the anointing oil on your wrist still subtly radiates, a personal comfort against the cool night air. You stand amidst the silent, fragrant blooms, the soft moonlight reflecting off the dewy leaves, a world of quiet beauty unfolding around you. The profound sweetness of the night-blooming cereus, a lingering presence in the cool, moonlit air, begins to gently recede as your attention is drawn to a deeper, more pervasive symphony of the gardens. Your bare feet remain anchored on the smooth, cool limestone of the upper terrace, a solid connection to the ancient structure beneath you. You turn slightly, allowing your gaze to sweep across the vast, tiered landscape, illuminated by the distant, soft glow of the moon. The intricate network of channels and aqueducts, the lifeblood of these elevated gardens, continues its steady, constant murmur, but now, other, more distinct water sounds begin to emerge from the deeper levels. From below, carried upwards on the gentle night air, comes the subtle, continuous sound of distant fountains. It is not a single, roaring cascade, but a delicate, layered chorus of falling water, a gentle murmur that weaves through the quiet night. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing your other senses to sharpen, focusing solely on the intricate patterns of this natural music. You can discern the soft, persistent swoosh of water sheeting over smooth, polished stone, a steady, unbroken flow. Beneath that, a lighter, more playful tinkle of smaller streams splashing into shallow basins, creating tiny, fleeting ripples that seem to shimmer even in the darkness of your mind's eye. You take a slow, deep breath, the cool, damp air filling your lungs, carrying with it the faint, clean scent of wet stone and verdant moss, mingling with the last whispers of the night blooms. The air feels fresh, alive, a gentle caress against your skin, the anointing oil on your wrist, its warmth now a subtle, comforting memory, seems to resonate with the coolness of the night, creating a perfect balance. You open your eyes, allowing the soft moonlight to filter back into your vision, observing how the light catches the distant, unseen movements of the water. Your bare feet shift slightly on the cool limestone, a quiet adjustment as you lean against the low, smooth parapet of the terrace. The stone feels cool and unyielding against your forearms, a reassuring solidity. You listen intently, allowing the gentle, consistent flow of the distant fountains to wash over you, a continuous, soothing presence. The sound is a constant, yet never overwhelming, a natural rhythm that encourages a deep sense of stillness. It is the sound of life, meticulously nurtured and carefully maintained, flowing endlessly through the heart of the royal gardens. Each distinct layer of water sound seems to blend into the next, creating a rich, seamless texture of liquid movement. There is the deeper, more resonant gurgle of water moving through unseen pipes, a gentle, subterranean hum that adds depth to the lighter, more aerial splashes. You can almost visualize the water's journey, from the highest reservoirs to the lowest pools, a continuous cycle of nourishment and beauty. The air around you feels subtly cooler, perhaps from the very mist of these distant fountains, carried on the faintest breath of the breeze. You remain still, simply absorbing the tranquil symphony. The distant murmur of the fountains becomes a soft, rhythmic pulse, a gentle, hypnotic lullaby from the heart of your magnificent creation. It is a sound that smooths the edges of thought, inviting a profound sense of peace to settle within you, a quiet awareness of the enduring beauty of this moonlit night. The lingering cool mist from the distant fountains, a soft kiss on your skin, slowly begins to recede as you turn from the moonlit parapet of the hanging gardens. The profound quiet of the upper terrace, punctuated only by the subtle trickle of water, now feels complete, a tranquil moment savored. Your bare feet retrace their path along the smooth, cool limestone, carrying you away from the verdant expanses and back towards the familiar, lamplit warmth of your private perfumery laboratory. The air grows gradually warmer, denser, as you approach the heavy cedar door. Your fingers find the cool, aged bronze handle once more. With a quiet, deliberate push, the heavy cedar door swings smoothly inward, allowing you to step back into the contained stillness of the laboratory. The distant sounds of the garden, the rustle of leaves and the murmur of water, are gently sealed away as the door settles back into its frame, with a soft, resonant knowledge. The air within is richer, imbued with the layered fragrances of rare essences, dried blossoms, and ancient resins you have been working with throughout the night. A sense of quiet purpose fills the space, a different kind of tranquility. You move across the familiar basalt floor, its cool, polished surface, a grounding presence beneath your feet, towards a smaller, more intimate corner of the chamber. This is your quiet sanctum, dedicated to the most sacred preparations. Here, the lamplight is softer, diffused by screens of woven linen, casting a warm, amber glow over a low, round table of polished dark stone. Upon it, an array of small, exquisite vessels awaits. A shallow bowl of burnished bronze holds a collection of tiny, dried rosebuds, their petals still tightly furled, a deep, faded crimson. Beside it, a small, lidded box of carved ivory, its surface cool and smooth, hints at more potent contents. Your gaze settles on the ivory box. Your fingers reach for its cool, smooth surface, tracing the intricate, delicate carvings that adorn its lid, ancient symbols of protection and purity. The ivory feels dense, substantial, a testament to its age and craftsmanship. With a slow, unhurried motion, you lift the lid. A sudden, sharp, yet profoundly grounding scent of dried spices and precious wood rises from within, a dry, warm aroma that instantly commands attention. Inside, nestled on a bed of fine silk, are small, dark chips of agarwood, their surfaces dull and unassuming, yet each holding a concentrated universe of fragrance. You carefully select a few of these agarwood chips, feeling their dry, rough texture between your thumb and forefinger. They are surprisingly light, yet hold a dense, almost brittle quality. A faint woody clink accompanies their movement as you gather them. The scent, now closer, is intensely rich, deep, smoky, slightly sweet, with an almost spiritual quality that hints at its ancient origins and sacred use. You bring the chips closer, allowing their complex aroma to fill your senses, a powerful, calming presence that seems to deepen the quiet of the sanctum. Next, your fingers move to the bronze bowl, gently sifting through the tiny, dried rosebuds. Their texture is soft, papery, almost fragile, a delicate contrast to the agarwood. You gather a small handful, feeling the gentle rustle of their dried petals against your palm. Their scent is a muted, concentrated sweetness, a ghost of the fresh roses, now imbued with a dry, earthy undertone. You add these to the agarwood chips held in your other hand, a quiet merging of fragrances. Finally, you reach for a small, intricately carved alabaster pestle, its smooth, cool surface already worn in places by countless preparations. You place the agarwood chips and dried rosebuds into a matching alabaster mortar, its inner bowl perfectly smooth and cool. With a slow, deliberate rhythm, you begin to gently crush the ingredients. The rich, complex fragrance of the ceremonial incense blend, newly crushed and potent, still hangs in the air around you, a deep and grounding presence in your quiet sanctum. You gently set the alabaster pestle back into its matching mortar, the soft clink of stone on stone, a final, delicate sound. The immediate task is complete, but the night in your private perfumery still holds a quiet opportunity for meticulous care. Your gaze drifts from the fragrant blend towards another, less aromatic but equally important, corner of the laboratory. Your bare feet glide with unhurried grace over the cool, smooth basalt, leading you away from the soft lamplight of the sanctum and towards a dedicated workbench. This workbench is crafted from a single thick slab of dark, polished diorite, its surface cool and unyielding, reflecting the soft glow of a nearby oil lamp. Upon it, neatly arranged, lies a collection of bronze implements used in the creation of your royal perfumes. These are not the delicate glass vials, but robust, beautifully crafted tools, slender spatulas, small, finely meshed sieves, tiny funnels, and various measuring spoons, all fashioned from burnished bronze. They bear the subtle marks of their use, a faint dullness here, a slight smudge there, testament to the labor of love they facilitate. You approach the workbench, your fingers tracing the cool, smooth edge of the diorite. The stone feels dense, ancient, a silent witness to countless hours of careful work. You pick up a soft, tightly woven linen cloth, folded meticulously beside the tools. It feels smooth, dry, and slightly coarse against your fingertips, a perfect canvas for polishing. Its subtle, clean scent of laundered linen is a refreshing contrast to the rich aromas lingering in the air. Beside it, a small, shallow dish of polished obsidian holds a paste of fine river sand and olive oil, a traditional polishing compound, its surface dull and slightly grainy. You select a slender bronze spatula, its handle perfectly balanced in your hand. The metal is cool at first, its surface smooth but lacking the brilliant gleam it once possessed. Your thumb runs over a small, intricate engraving near the handle, feeling the subtle raised lines of an ancient Babylonian symbol. With slow, deliberate movements, you dip a corner of the linen cloth into the polishing paste, feeling the fine grit of the sand between the cloth and your fingertip. The olive oil lends a silky, slightly viscous texture to the paste, ensuring it adheres evenly to the fabric. Then you bring the prepared cloth to the bronze spatula. With a gentle circular motion, you begin to rub the paste onto the metal surface. The sound is a soft, rhythmic swoosh, a whisper of fabric against bronze, almost imperceptible in the quiet of the night. As you continue, a subtle warmth begins to radiate from the metal, a response to the friction. The dullness slowly gives way, replaced by a nascent, shimmering gleam. The fine grit of the sand works its magic, meticulously removing the faint imperfections, while the oil nourishes and protects the metal, bringing forth its inherent luster. You turn the spatula slowly in your hand, ensuring every curve and angle receives the same careful attention. The bronze begins to transform, reflecting the lamplight with increasing brilliance, a deep, warm, golden hue emerging from beneath the subtle patina of use. The aroma of the polishing paste is barely noticeable, a faint, clean earthiness from the sand, softened by the delicate, fruity note of the olive oil. You continue this quiet, repetitive motion, feeling the smooth, satisfying resistance of the cloth against the metal, watching the bronze come alive with a renewed, radiant sheen. The rhythmic sound and the gentle warmth become a calming, almost hypnotic presence in the lamp-lit workshop. The gleaming bronze spatula, now perfectly polished, settles with a soft, almost imperceptible clink onto the cool, dark diorite of the workbench. You carefully arrange the soft linen cloth beside it, its task complete, the faint, clean scent of polishing paste now fading. The contained stillness of your private workshop, still holding the lingering whispers of ancient resins and delicate jasmine, begins to feel complete. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool basalt, now guide you towards a different threshold, leading away from the meticulous work and towards a space designed for quiet repose. The cool, smooth basalt beneath your feet gives way to a plush, thick rug woven from the softest undyed wool, its deep pile absorbing your steps with a soft, silent give. You step fully into an adjoining antechamber, the lamplight here a softer, warmer hue than in the workshop, diffused by panels of exquisitely carved alabaster that cast a gentle, golden glow upon the space. Heavy drapes of deep indigo silk hang from the high ceilings, their rich fabric falling in soft, luxurious folds, muffling any sound and creating an immediate sense of intimate sanctuary. The air here is subtly different, warmer, holding a faint, inviting aroma of brewed herbs and gentle spices, a comforting presence. Your gaze drifts towards a low, polished cedar table, positioned near a cushioned alcove. Upon it rests a single, elegant goblet of dark glazed clay, its surface radiating a gentle warmth. A wisp of fragrant steam curls delicately from its rim, catching the soft lamplight, a visual promise of comfort. The goblet is accompanied by a small, slender spoon of hammered silver, its bowl gleaming softly, indicating it has been freshly prepared. A faint, earthy scent of ginger and cinnamon, mingled with something subtly floral, rises from the steaming liquid, drawing you closer. You approach the table, your hand reaching for the warm goblet. Your fingers close around the smooth, slightly textured clay, feeling the comforting heat transfer directly to your palm, a deep, penetrating warmth that spreads slowly through your hand. The clay feels grounding, substantial, yet perfectly balanced. You lift the goblet with a slow, deliberate motion, feeling its satisfying weight. The delicate steam, now closer, caresses your face, carrying the full, rich aroma of the spiced herbal infusion directly to your senses. You inhale deeply, allowing the warm, aromatic vapor to fill your lungs, a soothing balm. You bring the goblet to your lips, the smooth, cool rim of the clay meeting your skin. The first taste is a gentle wave of warmth, spreading instantly across your tongue. It is a complex, yet harmonious blend of sweet and earthy notes, the subtle, spicy kick of ginger, the comforting warmth of cinnamon, and a delicate, floral undertone that speaks of rare night blossoms. The liquid is smooth, almost velvety, as it glides over your tongue and down your throat, leaving a gentle, lingering warmth in its wake. There is no bitterness, only a profound, soothing sweetness. You pause, allowing the subtle aftertaste to settle, appreciating the careful balance of flavors. You take another slow, deliberate sip, feeling the renewed warmth as the liquid touches your lips, a quiet ritual of nourishment and rest. The deep indigo silk drapes, almost imperceptibly, seem to gather the soft lamplight, creating a cocoon of gentle shadows and comforting quiet around you. You settle deeper into the moment, the warmth of the infusion spreading through your body, a gentle wave of calm in the quiet, silk-draped room. You simply rest, allowing the subtle spices to linger on your tongue, inviting a deeper sense of peace. The subtle, warming notes of ginger and cinnamon from the herbal infusion still linger on your tongue, a comforting presence as you gently lower the glazed clay goblet back onto the cedar table. Its cool base settles with a soft, almost imperceptible clink against the polished wood. The deep indigo silk drapes of the antechamber, still holding their soft, luxurious folds, seem to deepen the sense of quiet repose around you. A profound sense of calm has settled, a gentle invitation to transition from the earthly aromas of the perfumery and the soothing ritual of the infusion to a different kind of contemplation. Your bare feet, still cushioned by the thick wool rug, now carry you with unhurried grace towards a less adorned passage, leading away from the antechamber's warmth. The plush wool gives way to a smooth, cool floor of polished dark limestone, a slight coolness against your soles, a grounding sensation that prepares you for the change in atmosphere. The air here is noticeably cooler, a fresh, clean breath that hints at an open space, a direct connection to the vast Babylonian night sky. The soft, diffused lamplight from the antechamber gradually fades, yielding to a deeper, more atmospheric glow. You step into your private observatory, a circular chamber carved from massive blocks of dark, unadorned stone. The walls rise smoothly, curving gently upwards to meet an expansive, open aperture in the ceiling, revealing a breathtaking expanse of the night sky. The moon, a distant silver disk, is now high above, casting its ethereal light directly into the center of the room, mingling with the soft, steady glow of a single freestanding oil lamp placed on a low, central pedestal. The air within the observatory is crisp, cool, carrying the pure, clean scent of night air and ancient stone, a profound stillness that encourages quiet observation. Your gaze is immediately drawn to the central pedestal, where, beneath the soft lamplight and the direct kiss of the moonlight, a collection of ancient Babylonian star charts is meticulously laid out. These are not scrolls, but carefully inscribed clay tablets, each roughly the size of your hand, their surfaces a smooth, baked ochre. They are arranged in a precise, circular pattern, mirroring the celestial vault above, each tablet depicting a different segment of the night sky, etched with countless cuneiform symbols and intricate constellations. The clay, worn smooth by generations of scholarly hands, holds a dry, earthy scent, a subtle aroma of ancient knowledge. You approach the pedestal, your hands reaching out to gently touch the surface of one of the star charts. The baked clay feels cool and incredibly smooth beneath your fingertips, yet subtly textured, a fine, almost imperceptible grit that speaks of its natural origin. Your thumb traces the delicate, incised lines of a familiar constellation, feeling the shallow depressions where the stylus once pressed. The soft lamplight catches the edges of the carvings, making them stand out in stark relief against the ochre surface, revealing the intricate details of stellar positions and planetary movements. The silence of the observatory is profound, broken only by the almost imperceptible flicker of the oil lamp's flame. You lean closer, allowing the soft glow of the lamp to fully illuminate the ancient script. The cuneiform symbols, each a tiny wedge-shaped impression, tell stories of celestial events, of the movements of the gods across the heavens, of predictions and prophecies. You follow a line of symbols with your finger, the cool, smooth clay yielding a faint, dry, trainous whisper as your skin glides over its surface. The sheer depth of observation and understanding captured on these tablets is immense, a testament to the wisdom of your ancestors. The cool, smooth clay of the star charts, still holding the faint impressions of ancient constellations, gently recedes from your touch as you lift your gaze from the celestial maps. The open aperture above, a window to the infinite, now feels complete in its contemplation. A subtle chill in the observatory air, a reminder of the vast night sky, prompts a quiet movement towards an adjoining passage, away from the stone and starlight. Your bare feet glide with unhurried grace from the cool, polished limestone of the observatory floor, finding the familiar, subtle give of a plush, tightly woven wool rug that leads into a more enclosed, yet equally profound, space. The air here is warmer, softer, imbued with a dry, earthy scent of ancient fibers and preserved dyes, a distinct shift from the crispness of the observatory. You step fully into a secluded gallery, a long, quiet corridor lined with towering walls of polished dark wood, their surfaces gleaming softly in the gentle lamplight. No harsh moonlight penetrates this space. Instead, strategically placed oil lamps, their flames contained within finely wrought bronze casings, cast a warm, steady glow, illuminating the treasures within. The silence is deep, broken only by the almost imperceptible flicker of the lamp wicks, a soft, rhythmic whisper in the stillness. Along these walls, a magnificent collection of royal tapestries hangs, each a monumental work of artistry and history. They are immense, stretching from floor to ceiling, their rich, faded colors absorbing the lamplight, creating a soft, textural landscape. You approach the nearest one, a vast expanse of woven silk and fine wool, depicting a serene garden scene. Your fingers reach out, drawn by the sheer scale and intricate detail. The fabric is thick, substantial, yet surprisingly soft to the touch, its woven surface a complex topography of raised threads and subtle depressions. A faint, dry century whisper of ancient silk accompanies your touch, a sound almost swallowed by the quiet of the gallery. You trace the outline of a stylized palm tree, its fronds rendered in muted greens and blues, feeling the subtle shift in thread direction, the deliberate artistry of each stitch. The fibers, though ancient, still retain a remarkable integrity, a testament to the skill of the weavers and the quality of the dyes. The lamplight plays across the surface, highlighting individual strands of almost invisible gold thread, woven subtly into the silk, catching the light with a dull, rich gleam. These tiny metallic strands feel cool and smooth, a delicate contrast to the coarser wool threads that form the background. The air around the tapestry carries a faint, dry, almost sweet scent of aged textiles and precious fibers, a deep, comforting aroma. Your gaze follows the intricate patterns, a meandering river of silver threads flowing through fields of deep indigo and soft ochre, depicting mythical creatures and delicate blossoms. Each tiny knot, each carefully chosen color, contributes to a larger narrative, a silent story woven into the very fabric of time. The sheer density of the weave is astonishing, thousands upon thousands of individual threads, creating a seamless, living image. You lean in slightly, allowing your eyes to soften, to simply absorb the quiet complexity, the profound patience etched into every fiber. The rhythmic flicker of the distant lamps casts slow, gentle movements across the tapestry, making the woven figures seem to subtly shift, to breathe. In the deep, quiet contemplation of the gallery, you pause, notice, wait, rest. The vast, silent narrative of the woven silk invites your mind to settle and drift. The soft, dry whisper of ancient silk, a gentle echo of the tapestry's woven stories, slowly fades as you lift your gaze from the intricate patterns. The rich, earthy scent of preserved fibers, still lingering in the air of the secluded gallery, begins to subtly recede. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool basalt of the perfumery and the soft wool of the antechamber, now glide with unhurried grace from the plush rug, finding a smooth, cool floor of polished limestone that leads you away from the lamplit warmth of the gallery. This short passage, dimly lit by a single recessed oil lamp, offers a tranquil transition, a quiet bridge to the next destination in your royal abode. The air here is noticeably cooler, carrying a delicate, refreshing scent of pure water and clean stone, a profound shift from the dry, fibrous aromas of the gallery. You step through a wide, arching doorway, its frame carved from a single piece of dark, polished diorite, into your private bathhouse. The space opens before you, vast and serene, illuminated by the soft, diffused glow of moonlight filtering through high, narrow apertures, mingling with the gentle shimmer of strategically placed oil lamps, their flames dancing softly behind frosted alabaster screens. The silence here is deeper, punctuated only by the soft, rhythmic lap of water against unseen edges, a constant, soothing presence. The floor beneath your bare feet is an expanse of flawlessly polished white marble, cool and incredibly smooth, a luxurious embrace against your skin. Each step is absorbed by its solid, unyielding surface, creating no echo, only a profound sense of grounding. The marble feels cool and dense, radiating a subtle, refreshing chill that seems to draw any lingering warmth from your body, preparing you for a deeper state of relaxation. You pause, allowing the sheer coolness of the stone to settle around your feet, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible veins of gray and gold running through the pristine white, a testament to its natural beauty. Your gaze drifts across the expansive chamber, noting the various basins and pools carved from the same exquisite marble, their surfaces reflecting the soft light like still, dark mirrors. A large, shallow pool, fed by a slender, intricately carved bronze spout, occupies the center of the room. From this spout, a continuous, crystalline stream of water flows with a soft, steady chush, creating barely a ripple on the perfectly still surface of the pool. The water, sourced from a deep, underground spring, is exceptionally clear, its surface reflecting the subtle movements of the lamplight, a liquid canvas of peace. The air is now imbued with the pure, clean scent of fresh water, a cool, almost mineral aroma that feels deeply invigorating. You slowly approach the central pool, drawn by the gentle sound and the promise of its cool embrace. Your fingers reach out, tracing the smooth, cool edge of the marble basin, feeling the precise curve where the stone meets the water. The marble is cool and dry, a perfect barrier to the liquid within. You lean in slightly, observing the almost imperceptible movement of the water, the way the surface tension holds each ripple for a fleeting moment before it dissolves into perfect calm. The soft, rhythmic lap of the water against the distant edges of the pool is a constant, hypnotic sound, a gentle invitation to simply be. The profound coolness of the polished marble floor continues its steady, soothing presence beneath your bare feet, a solid foundation in the quiet, water-filled sanctuary. You stand at the edge of the still pool, the clean, fresh scent of the water filling your lungs with each slow, deliberate breath. The gentle, rhythmic sounds of flowing water, soft and constant, weave through the peaceful air, inviting a deeper sense of tranquility to settle within you. You pause. Notice. Wait. Rest. The cool marble and the soft sounds of water become a calming embrace. The profound coolness of the polished marble floor, a grounding presence beneath your bare feet, slowly begins to recede as you turn from the tranquil bathhouse pool. The soft, rhythmic lap of water, a constant lullaby in the serene chamber, gently fades behind you. A subtle shift in the air, a breath of cooler, drier evening, beckons you away from the water's embrace and towards a more expansive view of the world beyond these walls. Your bare feet glide with unhurried grace from the exquisite marble, finding a brief passage of smooth, cool diorite that leads you towards an outdoor threshold. You step through an archway, its dark stone cool against the air, and onto the expansive, private balcony of your royal gardens. The floor here is of wide, sun-warmed limestone tiles, now cooling gently with the approach of night, a pleasant contrast to the deep chill of the bathhouse marble. The air that greets you is soft and fresh, carrying the earthy scent of damp soil and distant foliage, mingled with the faint, sweet perfume of unseen night blossoms. The sky above is a canvas of deepening indigo, where the last vestiges of twilight linger, painting the horizon in soft strokes of muted rose and violet. Your gaze sweeps across the vast, terraced landscape of your hanging gardens, now bathed in the soft, diffused light of early dusk. The intricate network of irrigation channels, the lifeblood of this verdant marvel, continues its constant, gentle trickle, a subtle, pervasive murmur that is the very breath of the garden. Your attention settles on a grove of majestic cypress trees, their tall, slender forms rising like dark, elegant spires against the fading light of the western sky. Their deep, verdant green, almost black in the twilight, stands in stark, beautiful contrast to the soft hues of the horizon. A gentle, almost imperceptible breeze begins to stir, a cool breath that caresses your skin, raising tiny, fleeting goosebumps. You feel its soft touch on your bare arms, a delicate whisper of moving air. As this breeze deepens, the uppermost branches of the cypress trees respond with a slow, graceful rhythm. Their dense, needle-like foliage begins to sway, a mesmerizing, pendulum-like motion that is both continuous and profoundly calming. The sound is a soft, dry shush, a whisper of countless tiny leaves rubbing against one another, a gentle, natural cadence that seems to harmonize with the distant murmur of the garden's water. You lean against the smooth, cool balustrade of the balcony, its polished white marble, a familiar anchor. The stone feels cool and solid beneath your forearms, a reassuring presence as you watch the hypnotic dance of the cypress trees. Each sway is deliberate, unhurried, a slow, elegant ballet against the darkening sky. The scent of the cypress, a clean, woody, slightly resinous aroma, is now more pronounced, carried directly to you on the gentle breeze, mingling with the last hints of night-blooming flowers. It is a grounding fragrance, ancient and profound, deepening the quiet contemplation of the moment. The sky continues its slow transition, the last faint blush of pink yielding to deeper blues, with the first tentative stars now pricking through the darkening canvas. The gentle swaying of the cypress trees, a rhythmic, timeless motion, reflects this gradual descent into night. The soft shush of their leaves, combined with a continuous, distant trickle of water from the gardens below, creates a tranquil symphony that seems to settle the very air around you. You stand in the quiet embrace of dusk, allowing the serene movement of the trees and the soft sounds of the garden to gently pull your thoughts into a deeper, unhurried calm, a profound sense of peace. The gentle, rhythmic shush of the cypress trees, a calming presence in the deep dusk, slowly fades behind you as you turn from the cool marble balustrade of the garden balcony. The last blush of rose and violet in the sky yields to a profound indigo, the air growing noticeably cooler, a silent invitation to move indoors. Your bare feet glide with unhurried grace from the still cooling limestone tiles, finding the familiar, smooth, polished surface of a dark diorite passage that leads you away from the expansive gardens and into the quiet heart of your royal dwelling. The air here is dry and still, carrying a faint, sweet aroma of aged papyrus and polished cedarwood, a distinct shift from the fresh, verdant scents of the night garden. You step through a wide, unadorned archway, its dark stone cool against the air, and into your private study. The chamber is vast, yet feels intimate, its high walls lined with towering shelves of dark, richly grained cedar, reaching almost to the vaulted ceiling. The only illumination comes from several strategically placed oil lamps, their soft, steady flames casting a warm, golden glow that dances gently across the polished surfaces and the spines of countless scrolls. The silence is profound, a deep, encompassing quiet that encourages focused thought and calm contemplation. Your gaze sweeps across a long, low table of polished obsidian that occupies the center of the room. Upon it, several large, partially unrolled papyrus scrolls lie, their edges curled softly from frequent handling. Beside them, a collection of smaller scrolls rests within a shallow, rectangular tray of lacquered cedar, each one meticulously tied with fine linen ribbons. These are records, chronicles, and literary works, each a precious artifact of knowledge and history, now awaiting your careful attention. The obsidian table feels smooth and cool, reflecting the lamplight in an almost liquid sheen, a dark mirror beneath the ancient texts. You approach the table, your hands reaching out for the lacquered cedar tray. Your fingers brush against the smooth, subtly textured wood, feeling its dry, comforting warmth. You lift the tray with a slow, deliberate movement, its light weight a familiar presence in your hands. The faint, sweet scent of cedarwood, dry and clean, rises as you move it slightly. You place the tray gently onto a cleared section of the obsidian table, the soft thud of wood on stone barely audible in the quiet room, a sound that quickly dissipates into the stillness. With unhurried precision, you begin to select individual scrolls from the tray. Your fingers close around one, feeling the dry, slightly brittle texture of the rolled papyrus. It is cool to the touch, yet yields with a subtle, almost imperceptible give. As you carefully untie the fine linen ribbon, its soft fibers whisper against your skin, a delicate, dry sound. The ribbon, a pale, undyed flax, feels smooth and pliable. You unroll the scroll a short distance, just enough to reveal the meticulous cuneiform script within. The papyrus itself holds a dry, earthy scent, a profound aroma of ancient reeds and dried ink that speaks of countless generations of scribes. As you unroll and re-roll, organizing them according to their subject matter, the papyrus leaves create a soft, rhythmic rustle. It is a dry, delicate sound, like the whisper of dry leaves in a very distant breeze, a constant, soothing presence in the quiet study. Each slight movement of the papyrus against itself, each soft crinkle of the ancient paper, contributes to this calming auditory texture. You observe the subtle, faded hues of the ink, the careful precision of the script, a testament to the enduring power of written knowledge. You pause, holding a partially unrolled scroll, feeling its delicate weight, allowing the soft, rhythmic rustle of the papyrus to settle around you, a tranquil, almost hypnotic sound in the deep quiet of your study. The soft, rhythmic rustle of papyrus leaves, a recent memory in your quiet study, now gently recedes, leaving behind a profound sense of stillness. The subtle, dry aroma of ancient reeds and ink, a hallmark of your scholarly retreat, begins to fade as you turn from the obsidian table. The cool, polished limestone of the study floor, a grounding presence beneath your bare feet, now carries you with unhurried grace through a short, arched passage. This passage, subtly lit by a single, recessed oil lamp, offers a gentle transition from intellectual contemplation to a more personal, quiet space. The air here is distinctly softer, warmer, imbued with a deep, clean scent of polished wood and fresh, laundered textiles, a welcoming shift from the academic quiet. You step into your private dressing chamber, a serene room designed for personal repose. The floor beneath your bare feet is now covered with a plush, deep pile rug, woven from undyed desert wool, its thick fibers absorbing your steps with a soft, silent, duck-jawed give. The lamplight in this chamber is exceptionally gentle, diffused by screens of finely woven linen, casting a warm, enveloping glow that softens every surface. Along one wall, a magnificent cedar wardrobe stands, a commanding presence crafted from ancient, richly grained cedar wood. Its surface, polished to a deep, lustrous sheen, reflects the soft lamplight, revealing the intricate patterns of the wood's natural grain. The cedar itself exudes a pervasive, dry, balsamic fragrance, clean and deeply comforting, a scent that speaks of enduring strength and meticulous preservation. The wardrobe's doors are tall and imposing, adorned with subtle, unadorned bronze handles, their surfaces catching the light with a dull, warm gleam. You approach the wardrobe, your fingers tracing the smooth, cool surface of the cedarwood. The wood feels dense, substantial, a testament to its age and the skill of its makers. A faint, dry whisper of cedar rises to meet you as you lean closer, inhaling its profound, grounding scent. Your hand reaches for one of the bronze handles, cool and smooth beneath your touch. With a slow, deliberate motion, you grasp the handle and gently pull. The heavy door swings open with a soft, deep creak, a sound of ancient wood moving on well-oiled hinges, revealing the neatly organized interior. Within, rows of meticulously folded garments rest on polished cedar shelves, each imbued with the subtle, fresh scent of the wood. Your gaze settles on a stack of linen robes, perfectly white, unadorned and impeccably pressed. These are the finest linens, woven from the purest flax, destined for your morning ablutions. You reach for the uppermost robe, your fingers brushing against the crisp, cool fabric. It feels incredibly smooth, almost silken, yet holds a delicate, subtle texture, a testament to its fine weave. A faint, clean, almost airy scent of freshly laundered linen, sun-dried and pristine, rises to meet you. You lift the robe carefully from the stack, feeling its surprisingly light weight, yet noting the substantial drape of the fabric. The soft whisper of the linen, as it unfolds slightly, is a delicate, dry sound, barely audible in the quiet chamber. You hold it for a moment, allowing the cool, smooth fabric to rest against your forearms, feeling its gentle coolness against your skin. The perfect, unblemished white of the linen seems to absorb the soft lamplight, radiating a quiet purity. You slowly refold the robe, its crisp edges aligning perfectly, a quiet act of preparation for the rituals of the coming dawn. The soft, dry whisper of the linen, now settled and quiet, lingers in the air, mingling with the pervasive, clean scent of cedar. You place the robe gently back on its shelf, its presence a quiet promise of comfort. The deep, balsamic aroma of the cedarwood, a constant, soothing presence, envelops the chamber, inviting a profound stillness. The soft, dry whispers of the fine linen robe, now carefully returned to its place within the cedar wardrobe, gently recedes, leaving behind the clean, balsamic scent of the ancient wood. The quiet order of your dressing chamber, still imbued with the gentle lamplight and the thick wool rug, begins to feel complete. Your bare feet, accustomed to the soft fibers, now glide with unhurried grace across the plush rug, carrying you towards a different, more intimate corner of the room, one dedicated to quiet contemplation and the appreciation of enduring beauty. Ahead, recessed into the polished cedar wall, stands a small, exquisitely crafted private cabinet. It is fashioned from the same rich, dark cedar as your wardrobe, its surface gleaming softly, reflecting the gentle lamplight in warm, muted tones. The wood grain is intricate, a subtle pattern of dark lines against a slightly lighter base, inviting the eye to linger. The cabinet doors, though small, are solid and perfectly fitted, their edges almost imperceptible, a testament to the artisan's skill. A faint, dry scent of aged cedarwood, deeper and more concentrated than from the wardrobe, emanates from its closed form, a comforting and familiar aroma. You approach the cabinet, your hand reaching for the delicate bronze latch that secures its doors. The metal is cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, a small, intricate piece of craftsmanship that feels solid and reassuring. With a slow, deliberate movement, your thumb presses the latch, and a soft, almost imperceptible click echoes in the quiet chamber. You then gently pull the twin doors open. They swing outward with a smooth, silent grace, revealing the dim, carefully arranged interior, lined with dark, plush velvet that absorbs almost all the light, making the contents within seem to glow with an inner luminescence. Within the cabinet, nestled in individual, velvet-lined compartments, rests your collection of rare, polished stones. Each stone is a small marvel, a testament to nature's artistry and human refinement. They are arranged with an intuitive order, not by size or color, but by the subtle interplay of their inherent shimmer and polished surfaces. The air within the cabinet is still, holding a faint, cool, almost mineral scent from the stones themselves, mingling with the deep, dry aroma of the cedar and velvet. Your gaze settles on a particular compartment, where a cluster of deep blue lapis lazuli stones rests. They are intensely blue, almost indigo, their surfaces polished to a mirror-like sheen. Tiny, almost imperceptible flecks of pyrite, like microscopic gold dust, are embedded within their depths, catching the soft lamplight with a subtle, fleeting shimmer. You reach in, your fingers gently closing around one of the lapis stones. It feels cool and incredibly smooth, its polished surface a perfect, unyielding sphere against your skin. The weight is surprisingly dense, solid, a miniature world held in your palm. You lift the lapis lazuli, turning it slowly in the gentle lamplight. The subtle shimmer of the pyrite flecks dances across its surface, a quiet, internal light that seems to pulse with a hidden energy. There is no sound, only the visual play of light and shadow, the deep, profound blue of the stone seeming to absorb the surrounding quiet. Your thumb traces the smooth, cool curve, feeling the delicate variations in its texture, the almost imperceptible veins that ripple just beneath the surface. The mineral scent is subtle, clean, a grounding presence that hints at ancient earth. You replace the lapis lazuli, its cool, dense weight settling back into the soft velvet with a barely audible thud. Your fingers then drift to a neighboring compartment, where a collection of polished carnelian stones rests. These are a warm, deep orange, almost the color of a setting desert sun, their surfaces gleaming with a rich internal fire. The subtle, internal glow of the polished carnelian, its warm, deep orange a quiet presence in your hand, now gently recedes as you carefully return it to its velvet-lined compartment. The cool, dense weight of the stone settles with a barely audible thud against the soft fabric. You close the twin doors of the private cabinet with a slow, deliberate movement, the delicate bronze latch clicking softly into place, sealing away the shimmering collection within the rich cedarwood. The dry, balsamic scent of the ancient wood, still lingering in the quiet dressing chamber, begins to feel complete, marking the end of your contemplation of these earthly treasures. Your bare feet, accustomed to the plush wool rug, now glide with unhurried grace from the chamber, finding a short, cool passage of polished dark stone. The air here is noticeably fresher, carrying a faint, clean breath of the outside world, a subtle invitation to step into the cool Babylonian night. The soft, diffused lamplight of the dressing chamber slowly fades behind you, yielding to a deeper, more profound darkness that hints at the vast, open sky. The silence of the interior gives way to the almost imperceptible stir of night air, a gentle sigh that beckons. You step through a wide, unadorned archway, its dark stone cool against the air, and onto the smooth, cool flagstones of your private courtyard. The moonlight, now high and brilliant, bathes the entire space in a soft, ethereal silver, transforming the familiar lines of the architecture into gentle shadows and luminous surfaces. The air that greets you is cool and crisp, carrying the profound, sweet perfume of night-blooming jasmine, a fragrance that is both intoxicating and deeply calming, more immediate and enveloping than any essence created within the laboratory walls. Your gaze sweeps across the serene courtyard. Tall, slender columns of polished white marble rise elegantly, framing the open sky, their surfaces gleaming with a soft inner light. Between them, carefully cultivated beds overflow with lush foliage, their leaves dark and dewy in the moonlight. But it is the jasmine, climbing in profusion over trellises and spilling from large, ornate alabaster planters, that truly dominates the senses. Its countless tiny, star-shaped blossoms, pristine white against the dark leaves, seem to glow with their own soft light, releasing their exquisite fragrance into the still night air. You move with unhurried steps towards a low, curved bench carved from a single piece of smooth, cool diorite, positioned beneath a cascading wall of jasmine vines. The stone feels cool and solid beneath your bare feet, a reassuring anchor in the fragrant expanse. You gently settle onto the bench, feeling the expansive coolness of the polished stone against your skin, a deep, grounding sensation. The jasmine blossoms are now directly above you, their delicate forms almost within reach, their profound sweetness enveloping you in a fragrant cloud. You lean back, allowing the cool, smooth stone of the bench to support you, feeling the gentle coolness against your shoulders and the back of your head. You close your eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply, allowing the pure, unadulterated essence of the jasmine to fill your lungs. It is a fragrance that seems to cleanse the mind, smoothing away any lingering thoughts, leaving behind a profound sense of peace. The soft, almost imperceptible rustle of the jasmine leaves, stirred by the faintest breath of a breeze, is the only sound, a delicate, dry whisper that seems to echo the quiet solitude of the night. The cool, smooth diorite of the bench and the pervasive, sweet perfume of the jasmine create a cocoon of tranquil sensory experience. You simply rest, allowing the profound quiet of the moonlit courtyard and the intoxicating fragrance to settle around you, a deep, peaceful awareness of the night's embrace. The profound sweetness of the night-blooming jasmine, its intoxicating fragrance still clinging to the cool air of your private courtyard, slowly begins to recede as you rise from the smooth diorite bench. The deep quiet of the moonlit space, a symphony of gentle aromas and soft shadows, now feels complete. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool flagstones, glide with unhurried grace, carrying you away from the fragrant embrace of the garden and into a dimly lit and closed passage. The air here is still, holding a faint, dry scent of ancient stone and mortar, a subtle shift that hints at a different kind of quiet work. You move through a series of grand, arching doorways, each carved from massive blocks of dark, polished diorite, their cool surfaces a grounding presence as you pass. The passages are wide and echoing, dimly lit by recessed oil lamps that cast long, dancing shadows, guiding you deeper into a distant wing of the sprawling palace. The silence here is profound, a deep, encompassing quiet that seems to absorb all sound, save for the soft, almost imperceptible whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the smooth, cool stone floors. This wing, usually bustling during the day, now holds a tranquil stillness, a rare opportunity for observation. As you turn a final corner, a soft, concentrated glow appears ahead, emanating from a large, high-ceilinged hall. This is the chamber where, for generations, the royal artisans have meticulously maintained and restored the palace's most precious treasures. You step into the hall, the cool limestone floor a familiar presence beneath your feet. The air here is dry and clean, holding a faint, earthy aroma of cut stone and a subtle, almost dusty sweetness from aged pigments. The only illumination comes from several tall, slender oil lamps, their flames carefully shielded, casting focused pools of warm, golden light onto a specific section of the far wall. Your gaze is immediately drawn to this illuminated section. Here, an ancient mosaic, a vast and intricate depiction of a mythical hunt, stretches across the wall. It is a masterpiece of countless tiny tesserae, each a miniature piece of stone or colored glass, meticulously fitted together to form a seamless, shimmering image. A low wooden scaffolding, sturdy and unadorned, is erected before it, and upon it, 3 artisans work with a profound, quiet concentration. They are mere silhouettes in the focused lamplight, their movements precise and unhurried, their presence a testament to generations of dedication. You approach the scaffolding, keeping a respectful distance, your bare feet finding a cooler, smoother section of the limestone floor. Your attention settles on one artisan, whose hands move with a delicate, almost reverent precision. He holds a small, finely pointed bronze chisel in one hand, its metal gleaming softly in the lamplight, and a tiny, polished agate hammer in the other. With a slow, deliberate rhythm, he gently taps the chisel, carefully adjusting a microscopic tessera that has shifted from its ancient mortar. The sound is a soft, dry tap-tap-tap, barely audible, yet intensely focused, a delicate percussion in the vast quiet of the hall. He then reaches for a small, shallow tray of unpolished obsidian, where a collection of replacement tesserae lies, sorted by color and size. His fingers, calloused yet nimble, select a tiny piece of deep green serpentine, its surface cool and smooth, perfectly matching the original. He applies a minute amount of fresh pale gray mortar to the back of the tessera, with a slender ivory spatula, its tip barely touching the surface, a soft scrape of ivory on stone. The mortar, a fine blend of lime and sand, has a subtle earthy scent, quickly dissipating. With a final, precise movement, he presses the new tessera into place, its surface aligning perfectly with its ancient neighbors, becoming one with the enduring image. The soft, rhythmic tap-tap-tap of the artisan's chisel, a distant echo in the vast hall, slowly recedes as you turn from the ancient mosaic. The cool, dry scent of cut stone and a subtle, almost dusty sweetness, a lingering presence in the palace wing, begins to subtly fade as you move with unhurried grace from the cool limestone floor. You pass through a series of wide, silent passages, their polished diorite walls absorbing the last whispers of the artisan's meticulous work, guiding you towards a more intimate, comforting space within your royal dwelling. The air here undergoes a gentle transformation, growing warmer, softer, imbued with a delicate, inviting aroma of ripe fruits and polished wood, a welcoming shift from the academic quiet of the study or the cool dampness of the bathhouse. You step through a low-arched doorway, its frame carved from dark, smooth cedar, and into your private dining alcove. The floor beneath your bare feet is now covered with a thick, plush rug woven from the finest undyed camel hair, its deep pile absorbing your steps with a soft, silent, creating an immediate sense of hushed intimacy. The lamplight in this alcove is exceptionally soft, diffused by intricate bronze screens, casting a warm golden glow that deepens the rich hues of the surrounding silk drapes and polished ebony furniture. Your gaze is drawn to a low, circular table of dark, gleaming ebony that occupies the center of the alcove. Upon it, meticulously prepared, rests a single, exquisite silver platter. Its surface, polished to a mirror-like sheen, reflects the soft lamplight with a quiet, lustrous gleam, catching the eye with its understated elegance. Arranged on the platter are a selection of fresh figs and plump dates, their rich colors a vibrant contrast against the cool, reflective silver. A faint, sweet, almost honeyed aroma rises from the fruit, mingling with the subtle scent of the polished ebony, a gentle invitation to quiet enjoyment. You approach the table, your hand reaching for the edge of the silver platter. Your fingertips brush against the cool, smooth metal, feeling its delicate weight and the subtle, almost imperceptible texture of its hammered surface. The silver feels substantial, yet refined, a testament to the master silversmith who crafted it. You lift the platter slightly, feeling its balanced weight, then carefully settle it back down with a soft, almost inaudible clink against the polished ebony, a sound that quickly dissipates into the quiet air. Your attention settles on the figs first. They are perfectly ripe, their skins a deep, velvety purple, almost black in the soft light, with a faint, dusty bloom that speaks of their freshness. Each fig is plump and round, a delicate sphere of sweetness. You gently select one, your fingers closing around its soft, yielding form. The skin feels incredibly smooth, almost like fine suede, yet holds a subtle resistance. A faint, sweet, earthy fragrance rises as you bring it closer, a rich, concentrated aroma of sun-ripened fruit. You turn it slowly in your hand, admiring its perfect shape, feeling its delicate weight. Next, your gaze moves to the dates. They are plump and translucent, a rich, amber brown, their skin slightly wrinkled, glistening faintly with their natural sugars. Each date feels warm and sticky to the touch, a promise of intense sweetness. You pick one up, feeling its soft, pliable texture between your thumb and forefinger. You gently press it, feeling the yielding flesh, and a tiny, almost imperceptible pop sounds as the pit is easily dislodged and set aside. The rich, caramel-like scent of the date, warm and deeply sweet, now mingles with the lighter aroma of the fig, creating a harmonious blend of fragrances. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to arrange the figs and dates more meticulously on the silver platter. The sweet, honeyed aroma of the fresh figs and dates, a comforting presence on the silver platter, slowly begins to recede as you lift your gaze from the meticulously arranged fruit. The gentle lamplight of your private dining alcove, still warm and enveloping, now feels complete. A moment of quiet indulgence savored. Your bare feet, accustomed to the plush camel hair rug, glide with unhurried grace from the table, drawn towards a wide, open archway that promises a different kind of sensory experience. The thick, soft fibers of the rug yield beneath your steps, creating no sound, only a profound sense of hushed movement. The air around you, still holding the delicate blend of fruit and polished ebony, begins to subtly shift, growing cooler, carrying a faint, clean breath of the outside world. You approach the archway, its frame carved from dark, smooth cedar, observing how the soft, golden lamplight within the alcove gradually fades as it meets the deeper, more profound darkness beyond. The transition is seamless, a gentle blending of warmth and coolness, of contained light and expansive shadow. As you reach the threshold, a gentle, almost imperceptible breeze, a cool, soft current of night air, caresses your bare skin. It is a delicate touch, like a whisper against your cheeks and forearms, raising tiny, fleeting goosebumps that quickly fade, leaving behind a refreshing coolness. The air feels lighter, cleaner, carrying with it a subtle coolness that hints at the vastness of the outside world, a refreshing contrast to the contained warmth of the alcove. The heavy silk drapes that line the walls of the alcove stir almost imperceptibly, a soft, dry shush as the breeze finds its way deeper into the room, a gentle invitation to fully experience the night's subtle movements. The very texture of the air seems to change, becoming more fluid, more alive. With this gentle breeze comes a distinct, earthy fragrance, carried from a distance. It is the unmistakable aroma of distant cedarwood fires, a dry, smoky, yet deeply comforting scent that speaks of hearths and homes, of quiet domesticity in the vast city beyond the palace walls. The smoke is not acrid or sharp, but mellow and warm, a gentle, balsamic whisper that mingles with the fading sweetness of the jasmine from the courtyard and the lingering fruit from the platter. You inhale deeply, allowing the profound, grounding aroma of the burning cedar to fill your lungs, a subtle connection to the wider world, yet still within the sanctuary of your royal dwelling. Each slow breath deepens the sense of connection. You stand framed by the archway, its smooth, dark cedar cool against your shoulder as you lean slightly. Beyond the opening, the night is a deep, velvety black, punctuated by the faint, distant pinpricks of light from other palace wings, or perhaps the city's highest points, scattered like fallen stars. There is no sharp outline, only a soft, unfocused depth that invites the imagination to wander without demanding attention. The breeze continues its gentle, steady flow, a constant, unseen presence, carrying the comforting, smoky scent of cedarwood fires deeper into the quiet alcove. A subtle, rhythmic exchange of interior and exterior air. The air feels alive, yet profoundly peaceful, a delicate interplay of warmth and coolness, creating a harmonious balance. You simply stand, allowing the soft, rhythmic breath of the night breeze to wash over you, its gentle touch, and the distant, smoky aroma of cedarwood fires becoming a soothing, enveloping presence. The quiet hum of the night, carried on the air, invites your thoughts to settle and drift, a profound sense of tranquil awareness. The gentle, smoky aroma of distant cedarwood fires, carried on the soft night breeze, slowly begins to recede as you turn from the open archway of your private dining alcove. The cool, fluid breath of the night air, a refreshing presence against your bare skin, now feels complete, a subtle invitation to venture deeper into the quiet expanse of your royal domain. Your bare feet, accustomed to the plush camel hair rug, glide with unhurried grace from its soft fibers, finding the familiar, cool, polished surface of a dark diorite passage that leads you away from the contained warmth of the alcove. The lamplight, diffused and soft, gradually fades behind you, yielding to a deeper, more profound darkness that hints at the vast, open sky above. You move through a series of wide, gently curving passages, their walls carved from smooth, dark limestone, absorbing all sound. The air here grows progressively cooler, a refreshing chill that speaks of earth and deep shade, a palpable shift from the subtle warmth of the palace interiors. The silence is profound, broken only by the almost imperceptible whisper of your own bare feet, gliding over the smooth, unyielding stone floors. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet descent deeper into the heart of the hanging gardens. As you navigate the final archway, its dark stone cool against the air, you emerge onto a cool, shaded pathway of your lower gardens. Here, the moonlight, though still present, is dappled and diffused, filtered through the dense canopy of ancient fig trees and towering date palms. Long, deep shadows stretch across the path, creating an intricate, shifting pattern of light and dark. The air that greets you is rich with the earthy scent of damp soil and verdant foliage, a humid, almost mossy aroma that is distinct from the higher, drier terraces. A subtle coolness rises from the moist earth, enveloping you in its refreshing embrace. You begin to walk along the winding pathway, your bare feet finding the familiar, smooth surface of cool, dark river stones, meticulously laid to form a gentle, even tread. Each stone feels cool and rounded beneath your soles, a grounding presence that connects you directly to the ancient earth. The path curves gently, leading you deeper into the verdant quiet. The dense foliage on either side creates a natural tunnel, further deepening the sense of seclusion and peace. From somewhere close by, the soft, continuous drip, drip, drip of water falling from an unseen leaf or a small, hidden fountain becomes audible, a rhythmic, soothing sound that weaves through the profound stillness. Your fingers reach out, brushing lightly against the broad, cool leaves of a nearby fig tree. The leaves feel smooth and slightly waxy, a delicate, cool touch against your skin. A faint, green, almost bitter scent of fresh sap rises from the disturbed foliage, quickly dissipating into the damp air. The shadows around you deepen, becoming softer, more enveloping, as the moonlight struggles to penetrate the thick canopy. You notice the subtle variations in the texture of the path, the occasional larger, smoother stone, the fine, almost imperceptible layer of damp soil that cushions your steps. The air feels heavy with moisture, a comforting, almost velvety presence that settles gently on your skin. You pause for a moment, standing perfectly still in the deep quiet of the shaded pathway. The distant, continuous murmur of the garden's vast irrigation system, a constant, low hum from the higher levels, is now barely a whisper, almost entirely absorbed by the dense foliage. Only the nearby drip, drip, drip of water and the subtle, earthy scents remain, creating a profound sense of natural stillness. You inhale deeply, allowing the cool, damp, earthy air to fill your lungs, feeling the quiet appreciation for this secluded sanctuary settle deep within you. The deep shadows and the gentle sounds of water create a calming embrace, inviting a profound sense of ease. The cool, rounded river stones, a familiar presence beneath your bare feet, now hold you still on the shaded pathway of your lower gardens. The profound quiet of the verdant space punctuated only by the soft, rhythmic drip, drip, drip of unseen water. A constant companion now feels complete. A moment of deep appreciation for this secluded sanctuary. The cool, damp air, rich with the earthy scent of moist soil and ancient roots, continues to envelop you, a refreshing embrace that seems to settle deeper with each slow, deliberate breath. You pause, allowing the profound stillness and the subtle coolness to permeate your senses, drawing you further into the heart of the night garden. You move just a few more unhurried steps, deeper into the enveloping shadows, until you find a smooth, broad slab of dark, cool diorite. It is almost entirely concealed by a cascade of broad-leafed ferns, their fronds a deep, velvety green, barely visible in the dappled moonlight. You gently lower yourself onto its unyielding surface, feeling the solid, ancient stone cool against your skin. The ferns, slightly damp and cool, brush softly against your bare legs and arms, their delicate, fibrous texture a gentle caress. A faint, fresh, almost metallic scent of damp fern leaves rises as you settle, mingling with the deeper earthiness of the garden floor. The stone beneath you feels immovably grounded, a perfect anchor in the soft, humid night. As you settle, the soft, rhythmic drip, drip, drip of unseen water, a constant and familiar sound, now begins to share the quiet air with a new, delicate presence. From deep within the dense, unseen foliage, a soft, persistent, nine my chirp, mean, nine my chirp, mine my chirp, my chirp, my chirp, my chirp, mean, mine my chirp. It is not a loud or insistent sound, but a gentle, almost ethereal rhythm, a delicate, high-pitched trill that rises and falls with a mesmerizing regularity. The sound is close, yet feels diffused, coming from no single point, but from all around you, from within the very heart of the royal flora. You listen intently, allowing the rhythmic chirping to weave its way into the existing tapestry of garden sounds, a subtle, living thread. Your gaze drifts into the profound darkness of the dense leaves, a thick, impenetrable wall of green that absorbs the faint moonlight, rendering the hidden world within almost invisible. You notice the subtle, almost imperceptible quiver of a broad leaf, a tiny, fleeting movement that hints at the unseen life concealed within its depths. The moonlight, filtering in soft, broken patches, illuminates only the outermost edges of some fronds, creating fleeting silver highlights that vanish as quickly as they appear. The dense, cool mass of foliage seems to breathe around you, a living, silent presence that cradles the delicate sounds. The air is still, yet feels alive with the hidden activity, the constant, gentle symphony of the unseen creatures. The cool, damp air, already rich with the scent of wet earth and ancient roots, now carries the delicate, rhythmic chirping directly to your ears, deepening the sensory experience. You feel the subtle coolness of the night settle deeper on your skin, a refreshing embrace against the warmth of your breath. The gentle chirp, chirp, chirp seems to resonate within you, a soft, vibrational presence that calms the mind and quietens any lingering thoughts. Each repetition is identical, yet subtly unique, a perfect, soothing loop that invites a profound sense of peace. The entire garden seems to hold its breath, listening to this tiny, perfect song of the night. You lean back further against the cool, smooth diorite, allowing its solid presence to support your entire body. The continuous, hypnotic rhythm of the crickets, a timeless song of the Babylonian night, becomes the sole focus. It weaves its way through the quiet stillness, a delicate, repetitive melody that encourages your mind to surrender to its gentle cadence. The soft, rhythmic chirp-chirp of the crickets, a delicate, hypnotic melody from within the dense foliage, slowly begins to recede as you rise from the cool diorite slab. The profound stillness of the lower gardens, filled with the earthy scent of moist soil and ancient roots, now feels complete, a moment of deep communion with the quiet night. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool, smooth river stones, glide with unhurried grace from the damp earth, finding a short, ascending passage of polished, dark limestone that leads you away from the verdant depths. The dappled moonlight, filtered through the thick canopy, gradually brightens as you ascend, transitioning to a softer, more direct glow. The air here undergoes a subtle shift, growing warmer, imbued with a delicate, clean scent of polished stone and fine, aged wood, a welcoming change from the humid earthiness of the garden. You step through a wide, arching doorway, its frame carved from dark, smooth cedar, and into your private sleeping chambers. The floor beneath your bare feet is now covered with a plush, thick rug, woven from the softest undyed camel hair, its deep pile absorbing your steps with a profound, silent give, creating an immediate sense of hushed intimacy. The lamplight in this chamber is exceptionally gentle, diffused by screens of intricate bronze, casting a warm golden glow that softens every surface and deepens the rich hues of the surrounding silk drapes. Your gaze is drawn to a low, polished cedar table positioned near the foot of your bed. Upon it, meticulously prepared, stands a single elegant bronze vase, its surface gleaming softly, reflecting the gentle lamplight with a warm, muted luster. The vase is tall and slender, its form graceful, adorned with subtle, intricate patterns of swirling water and delicate lotus blossoms etched into the burnished metal. Within it, a small amount of fresh, cool water shimmers, its surface perfectly still, awaiting its precious cargo. Beside the vase, carefully laid on a small, rectangular tray of polished obsidian, rests a cluster of freshly cut lotus blossoms. You approach the table, your hand reaching for the bronze vase. Your fingers close around its cool, smooth metal, feeling the delicate weight and the subtle, almost imperceptible texture of its etched surface. The bronze feels solid yet refined, a testament to the master artisan who crafted it. You lift the vase gently, feeling its balanced weight, then carefully settle it back down with a soft, almost inaudible filia-season clink against the polished cedar, a sound that quickly dissipates into the quiet air. You lean in slightly, observing the clear, still water within, its coolness emanating faintly into the air, mingling with a subtle, clean mineral scent. Your attention now shifts to the lotus blossoms on the obsidian tray. They are exquisite, perfectly formed, their petals a pristine, ethereal white, with just the faintest blush of pale pink at their very tips. Each blossom is large and complex, its many layers of petals unfurling with a breathtaking grace, revealing a delicate, golden center. A profound, sweet, and almost ethereal fragrance rises from them, a clean, aquatic sweetness that speaks of calm waters and pure beauty. You gently select one, your fingers brushing against its cool, velvety petals. They feel incredibly soft, almost like silk, yet hold a subtle, firm resilience. The stem, thick and green, feels cool and smooth, still slightly damp from its recent cutting. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to arrange the lotus blossoms in the bronze vase. You carefully lower the first stem into the cool, clear water, hearing a soft, delicate swish as it breaks the surface. The water rises slightly, embracing the stem. The profound, clean sweetness of the lotus blossoms, their pristine white petals now perfectly arranged in the burnished bronze vase, still fills the air around you, a delicate and calming presence in your private sleeping chambers. The soft, liquid swish of their stems settling in the cool water, a recent memory, now feels complete. A moment of deep aesthetic satisfaction. The gentle lamplight, diffused by the intricate bronze screens, casts its warm, golden glow, softening the rich hues of the silk drapes and the deep pile of the camel hair rug beneath your bare feet. A profound sense of tranquility has settled, a quiet invitation to prepare for the deeper rest of the night. Your bare feet, accustomed to the soft, thick fibers of the rug, glide with unhurried grace from the low cedar table where the lotus blossoms now stand. You move towards the expansive bed, a grand structure of polished dark wood, its frame gleaming softly in the gentle light. Beside the bed, a small, round bedside table, carved from a single piece of smooth, cool serpentine stone, awaits. Its deep green surface is cool and unyielding, reflecting the lamplight with a subtle, dark luster. Upon it, meticulously placed, rests a small, lidded alabaster jar, its pale, translucent surface radiating a soft, inner glow. This jar holds a precious, soothing balm, prepared from ancient resins. You approach the bedside table, your hand reaching for the alabaster jar. Your fingers close around its smooth, cool surface, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible veins running through the stone. The alabaster feels dense, substantial, yet incredibly refined, a piece of quiet luxury. You lift the jar gently, feeling its balanced weight, then carefully settle it back down with a soft, barely audible thud against the cool serpentine, a sound that quickly dissipates into the quiet air. The air around the jar holds a faint, earthy, resinous scent, a promise of the balm's profound aroma. With slow, deliberate movements, your fingers reach for the small, perfectly fitted alabaster lid. You grasp its cool, smooth edge and, with a gentle, unhurried twist, begin to lift it. A soft, dry whisper of alabaster against alabaster accompanies the movement, a delicate sound that seems to draw out the very essence of the balm. As the lid separates from the jar, a rich, complex fragrance rises, filling the air around you. It is the deep, grounding aroma of myrrh, profoundly earthy and slightly bitter, beautifully interwoven with the clear, crisp, almost citrusy notes of frankincense. This blend is ancient, comforting, and deeply calming, a fragrance that speaks of profound peace. You set the lid aside, its cool, smooth surface settling with a soft, almost imperceptible clink on the serpentine table. Your gaze drifts into the open jar, where the balm itself rests, a soft, pale, almost translucent cream, its surface smooth and undisturbed. You reach a single fingertip into the jar, gently pressing it onto the balm. The texture is incredibly soft, yielding easily to your touch, yet holds a slight, almost waxy resistance. It feels cool at first, then quickly softens and warms against your skin, a luxurious, emollient presence. A tiny, perfect dollop of the balm clings to your fingertip as you withdraw it, glistening softly in the lamplight, a concentrated drop of soothing essence. With unhurried grace, you bring your balm-laden fingertip to your right temple. The contact is immediate, a subtle coolness at first, quickly yielding to a profound, spreading warmth as the balm softens and melts into your skin. You begin to gently, slowly massage the balm into your temple, using the pad of your fingertip to create small, deliberate, circular motions. The friction is barely there, a delicate small or gentle whisper of skin against skin, allowing the rich, fragrant balm to absorb deeply. The profound, spreading warmth of the myrrh and frankincense balm on your temples, a comforting presence, slowly begins to recede, leaving behind a subtle, cooling sensation. The deep, resinous scent, a tranquil embrace in your private sleeping chambers, now feels complete, a quiet ritual of preparation. The gentle lamplight, diffused by the intricate bronze screens, casts its warm golden glow, softening the rich hues of the silk drapes and the deep pile of the camel hair rug beneath your bare feet. A profound sense of settled calm permeates the air, inviting a final, quiet contemplation before the deepest rest. Your bare feet, accustomed to the soft, thick fibers of the rug, glide with unhurried grace from the bedside table. You move towards a discreet archway, its frame carved from dark, smooth cedar, leading away from the intimate quiet of your sleeping chambers. The air around you, still holding the delicate blend of lotus and ancient resins, begins to subtly shift, growing drier, cooler, carrying a faint, earthy scent of aged clay and parchment. The soft golden lamplight gradually yields to a deeper, more atmospheric glow as you pass through the archway, a gentle transition from personal repose to intellectual sanctuary. You step into your private library, a vast, hushed chamber whose towering walls are lined with shelves of polished dark wood, reaching almost to the vaulted ceiling. The only illumination comes from several strategically placed oil lamps, their soft, steady flames casting pools of warm, amber light onto various sections of the room. The silence here is profound, a deep, encompassing quiet that seems to absorb all sound, broken only by the almost imperceptible flicker of the lamp wicks, a soft, rhythmic whisper in the stillness. The cool, smooth limestone floor, a familiar presence, greets your bare feet, grounding you in this ancient space of knowledge. Your gaze drifts towards a low, wide reading table carved from a single slab of smooth, cool diorite, positioned near one of the larger, more ancient cedarwood shelves. Upon it, meticulously arranged, lie several clay tablets, each one a testament to the enduring power of written word. They are unadorned, their surfaces a muted ochre, worn smooth by the passage of centuries and the touch of countless scholarly hands. A faint, dry, earthy scent rises from the tablets, the profound aroma of ancient baked clay, mingling with the deep, clean scent of aged cedar from the surrounding shelves. You approach the reading table, your hand reaching for a particular clay tablet that lies slightly apart from the others. It is larger than most, its rectangular form perfectly balanced. Your fingers close around its cool, smooth surface, feeling the surprising density and weight of the baked clay. The edges are slightly rounded, softened by time, and the entire tablet feels solid, substantial, a piece of tangible history in your hand. You lift it gently, feeling its balanced weight, then settle it back onto the cool diorite with a soft, dry thud, a sound that quickly dissipates into the profound quiet of the library. Your attention focuses on the surface of the tablet, where an ancient love poem is meticulously inscribed. The cuneiform script is beautifully rendered, each wedge-shaped mark deeply impressed into the clay, creating a raised, tactile surface. The soft lamplight catches the delicate shadows within the indentations, making the script appear almost three-dimensional, a silent invitation to touch. You lean closer, allowing the warm, golden glow of the lamp to fully illuminate the ancient words, feeling the deep resonance of their timeless message. With unhurried grace, you extend your index fingertip. It is still faintly cool from the balm, a delicate contrast to the dry clay. You gently place your fingertip at the beginning of a line of script, feeling the subtle raised texture of the cuneiform beneath your skin. The subtle raised texture of the ancient cuneiform, a recent presence beneath your fingertip, now gently recedes as you carefully lift your hand from the clay tablet. The profound quiet of the library, still holding the echoes of timeless words, and the soft, rhythmic flicker of the oil lamp, now feels complete. A moment of deep contemplation concluded. You carefully return the tablet to its designated space on the cool, smooth diorite table, its solid weight settling with a soft, dry strode, a sound that quickly dissipates into the hushed air. The earthy scent of baked clay, a grounding presence, begins to subtly merge with the deeper, more complex aromas of the ancient texts surrounding you. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool, polished limestone of the library floor, glide with unhurried grace towards a different section of the towering cedarwood shelves. Here, nestled amongst a collection of clay tablets, a series of older, more delicate parchment scrolls rests within a finely carved ebony holder. The ebony wood, polished to a deep, lustrous sheen, reflects the soft lamplight with a muted, dark gleam, its surface cool and smooth to the touch. A faint, dry, almost sweet scent, distinct from the earthy clay, subtly emanates from these scrolls, the profound aroma of ancient animal skin, meticulously prepared and preserved, mingled with something subtly herbaceous. You approach the ebony holder, your fingers reaching for its smooth, cool surface. The wood feels dense, substantial, yet remarkably delicate in its carving, a testament to generations of craftsmanship. A faint, dry whisper of seasoned ebony rises to meet you as you lean closer, inhaling its deep, clean fragrance. You select one of these parchment scrolls, a slender cylinder bound with a thin, supple leather thong. Your fingers brush against the parchment, feeling its unique texture, both supple and slightly stiff, with a faint, almost powdery feel that speaks of its age and careful preservation. The leather thong, cool and smooth, feels surprisingly soft beneath your touch, its surface worn to a subtle polish. With unhurried precision, you begin to untie the leather thong, its soft fibers yielding with a delicate, almost imperceptible creak of aged leather, a sound that quickly fades into the quiet air. As the thong loosens, you carefully unroll the parchment a short distance, just enough to reveal its inner surface. A richer, more profound wave of aroma rises immediately, enveloping your senses. It is the deep, earthy scent of old parchment, a dry, almost musky fragrance that speaks of centuries of careful storage and scholarly attention. This is beautifully interwoven with the faint, dry sweetness of dried herbs, perhaps once pressed within its pages. or simply the lingering ghost of botanical studies and medicinal recipes it contains. You bring the partially unrolled scroll closer, allowing the soft lamplight to illuminate its surface. The parchment itself is a deep, creamy off-white, its texture incredibly fine, almost translucent in places, yet surprisingly robust. You notice faint, pressed residues of dried lavender and rosemary, their muted, faded colors still discernible on the aged surface, like ghostly impressions of ancient flora. Their subtle, clean, herbaceous fragrance, though ancient, still whispers from the aged fibers, a grounding and calming presence that seems to deepen with each slow, deliberate breath. You trace the faint outlines of these preserved herbs with the pad of your thumb, feeling the delicate, almost imperceptible texture of the dried plant matter, a soft, dry brush against your skin. The combined aroma, a profound blend of ancient knowledge and natural calm, settles around you in the quiet study. It is a scent that speaks of time, of patient study, and of the enduring power of nature's subtle gifts. You continue to hold the scroll, allowing its unique fragrance to permeate your senses, a quiet, enveloping presence. The profound, earthy aroma of old parchment and dried herbs, a lingering presence from the ancient scroll, slowly begins to recede as you gently retie its supple leather thong. The deep quiet of your private study, still holding the echoes of timeless words and the soft, rhythmic flicker of the oil lamp, now feels complete, a moment of deep scholarly contemplation concluded. You carefully return the scroll to its ebony holder, its smooth, cool surface settling with a soft, dry thud, a sound that quickly dissipates into the hushed air. The cool, polished limestone of the library floor, a grounding presence beneath your bare feet, now guides you with unhurried grace through a series of wide, gently curving passages. The air here undergoes a subtle transformation, growing cooler, fresher, imbued with a delicate, clean breath of the outside world, a welcoming shift from the dry, ancient scents of the study. You ascend a grand, sweeping staircase, its steps carved from massive blocks of polished white marble, their surfaces cool and incredibly smooth beneath your bare feet. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet ascent to the highest reaches of your royal dwelling. The soft, rhythmic whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the unyielding stone is the only sound, a gentle cadence that echoes in the vast, quiet stairwell. As you reach the summit, a wide, arching doorway, its frame carved from dark, polished diorite, opens onto your highest garden terrace. The air that greets you is crisp and cool, carrying the fresh, earthy scent of damp soil and distant foliage, mingled with the faint, sweet perfume of unseen night blooms. The sky above is a vast, inky black, a canvas of countless, shimmering stars, with the moon, a brilliant silver disk, now high above, casting its ethereal light across the entire landscape. The silence here is profound, broken only by the almost imperceptible stir of a gentle breeze and the distant, constant murmur of the garden's water system. You move with unhurried steps towards the edge of the terrace, a wide, paved promenade of perfectly cut, smooth limestone. Your bare feet find the familiar, cool surface of the stone, a solid connection to the ancient structure beneath you. You lean against the low, smooth parapet, its polished white marble, a familiar anchor. The stone feels cool and unyielding against your forearms, a reassuring presence as you gaze out into the vast, sprawling panorama. Below you, the terraced levels of the hanging gardens descend into the moonlit distance, an architectural marvel of verdant life, now softened by the night's embrace. Beyond the immediate beauty of your gardens, the sprawling city of Babylon unfolds, a vast, dark expanse stretching to the horizon. And within this darkness, countless points of light begin to emerge, scattered across the distant landscape. These are the flickering lights of Babylon, tiny warm pinpricks of fire from countless oil lamps, hearths, and watchtowers, each a distant ember glowing softly against the profound blackness of the night. They are not bright or demanding, but subtle, gentle flickers, appearing and disappearing, with an almost rhythmic pulse, a quiet, living tapestry, woven into the vast expanse of the sleeping city. You watch these distant lights, your gaze softening, allowing your eyes to simply absorb their quiet, persistent dance. Some lights are steady, holding their ground, while others seem to subtly waver, a delicate flicker, flicker, flicker that hints at the unseen movements of air or the gentle consumption of oil. There is no sound from these distant lights, only the visual impression of their quiet resilience, a silent testament to the life that continues to stir, even in the deepest hours of the night. The air around you is still, yet feels alive, with the vastness of the world, a subtle coolness against your skin, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of the distant embers, the subtle rhythmic flicker of the distant city lights, a gentle, hypnotic pulse against the deep indigo of the Babylonian night, slowly begins to recede from your focus. The cool night air, still carrying the faint, earthy scent of damp soil and the distant murmur of the garden's water system, now feels complete. A moment of vast, outward contemplation concluded. You turn from the cool marble parapet of the highest garden terrace, your bare feet finding the familiar, smooth, polished limestone beneath them, guiding you away from the expansive vista and towards a more intimate, inward journey. You descend a grand, sweeping staircase, its steps carved from massive blocks of polished white marble, their surfaces cool and incredibly smooth beneath your bare feet. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet descent into the heart of your royal dwelling. The soft rhythmic whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the unyielding stone is the only sound, a gentle cadence that echoes softly in the vast, quiet stairwell. The moonlight, brilliant on the terrace, gradually softens as you descend, yielding to the warm amber glow of strategically placed oil lamps, their flames contained within finely wrought bronze casings. You step into a small circular meditation chamber, its walls of polished dark diorite, absorbing all sound, creating a profound sense of hushed intimacy. The floor is covered with a thick, plush rug woven from the softest, undyed camel hair, its deep pile cushioning your steps with a silent Chivash note. In the center of the room, a low, circular cushion of tightly woven linen, filled with fragrant dried herbs, awaits. The lamplight here is exceptionally gentle, diffused by screens of intricate bronze, casting a warm, enveloping glow that softens every surface and deepens the rich hues of the surrounding silk drapes. The air is still, holding a faint, soothing aroma of dried lavender and subtle spices, a comforting presence. You approach the cushion, your fingers tracing the smooth, cool edge of the dark diorite floor. You gently lower yourself onto the cushion, feeling its soft, yielding embrace beneath you. The linen cover feels cool and slightly coarse at first, then quickly warms to your touch, conforming to your form. The subtle, dry fragrance of the dried herbs within the cushion rises as you settle, a grounding and calming aroma that seems to deepen with each slow, deliberate breath. You adjust your posture, allowing your body to find a comfortable, balanced position, feeling the gentle support of the cushion beneath you. Your right hand moves with unhurried grace, reaching towards a small, shallow bowl of polished obsidian that rests on a low, adjacent cedar table. Within the bowl, nestled on a bed of fine river sand, lies a single, perfectly smooth, river-polished stone. It is a dark, almost black stone, its surface gleaming softly, reflecting the gentle lamplight with a muted luster. The stone is perfectly oval, its edges softened by countless centuries of tumbling in river currents, a testament to the patient power of nature. A faint, clean, almost mineral scent rises from the stone, mingling with the dry, herbal aroma of the cushion. You gently lift the stone from its sandy bed, feeling its cool, dense weight settle into the palm of your hand. The surface is incredibly smooth, almost silken, yet holds a subtle, almost imperceptible texture that speaks of its natural origin. As you hold it, a subtle warmth begins to emanate from the stone, a response to the natural heat of your skin. This warmth gradually spreads across your palm, a comforting, grounding sensation that seems to deepen with each passing moment. The stone feels perfectly balanced, a small, solid anchor in the palm of your hand. You close your fingers gently around the warm stone, feeling its smooth, cool weight and the radiating warmth. The sensation is one of profound stillness, a silent connection to the ancient earth. The gentle, profound warmth of the river-polished stone, a comforting presence in your palm, slowly begins to recede as you carefully return it to its bed of fine sand. The deep quiet of the meditation chamber, still holding the subtle, herbal aroma of the cushion, now feels complete, a moment of deep introspection concluded. You slowly rise from the low, circular cushion, its soft linen yielding beneath you, feeling the balanced calm that permeates your being. Your bare feet, accustomed to the plush camel hair rug, glide with unhurried grace from the chamber, finding a short, cool passage of polished dark diorite that leads you away from the inward journey. The air here undergoes a distinct transformation, growing noticeably warmer, heavier, imbued with a rich, complex aroma of baking grains, sweet spices, and a faint, woody smoke. A welcoming shift from the contained stillness of the meditation chamber. You move through a series of wide, gently curving passages, their walls carved from smooth, dark limestone, absorbing all sound save for the subtle whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the cool, unyielding stone floors. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet journey deeper into the heart of the palace, towards a familiar warmth and activity. As you turn a final corner, a soft concentrated glow appears ahead, emanating from a grand, high-ceilinged hall. This is one of the palace kitchens, usually a bustling hub, but now, in the deepest hours of the night, it holds a more subdued, yet profoundly comforting, energy. You step onto the cool, polished basalt floor of the kitchen, a familiar presence beneath your bare feet. The air that greets you is thick, with a pervasive, intoxicating scent of freshly baking bread. A rich, yeasty aroma mingled with the sweet, fragrant notes of cinnamon, cardamom, and honey. The only illumination comes from several large, domed brick ovens, their open mouths radiating a steady, golden heat, casting long, dancing shadows across the vast chamber. Your gaze sweeps across the immense room, noting the various workstations, each meticulously clean and prepared for the morning's tasks. A low, wide table of smooth, cool marble stands in the center, its surface dusted with a fine, almost imperceptible layer of flour. Around it, two palace bakers move with a quiet, practiced grace, their movements efficient and unhurried. They are mere silhouettes in the warm oven light, their presence a testament to generations of dedicated skill. Their low, murmured conversations are barely audible, a soft, rhythmic hum that blends seamlessly with the other subtle sounds of the kitchen. You approach the marble table, keeping a respectful distance, your bare feet finding a slightly cooler section of the basalt floor. Your attention settles on one baker, whose hands move with a mesmerizing, repetitive rhythm, kneading a large mound of dough. The dough itself is a pale, creamy white, dusted with golden flour, its surface smooth and pliable. His forearms are strong, covered in a fine sheen of flour, and his movements are a continuous, graceful dance of pressing, folding, and turning. The sound is a soft, rhythmic thump-thump-thump, a satisfying, dull pat as the dough yields and reforms beneath his skilled hands, a calming, almost hypnotic percussion in the vast quiet of the kitchen. He then reaches for a small, shallow bowl of polished alabaster, where a mixture of finely ground spices rests, their earthy, warm scent rising subtly. His fingers, dusted with flour, gently pinch a small amount of the spice blend, cinnamon, cardamom, and a hint of something deeper, perhaps cloves, and scatter it over the surface of the dough. The fine powder drifts down like fragrant snow, a delicate, almost silent shush as it settles. He then folds the dough over, incorporating the spices with renewed gentle kneading, the rhythmic thump-thump-thump continuing its steady cadence. The pervasive, warm aroma of baking bread and sweet spices, a comforting presence in the palace kitchens, slowly begins to recede as the baker's rhythmic thump-thump-thump of kneading dough fades behind you. The deep, golden heat radiating from the brick ovens now feels complete, a moment of quiet observation of ancient culinary artistry concluded. You turn from the cool, polished basalt floor of the kitchen, your bare feet finding a subtly warmer, smoother passage of dark limestone that leads you away from the heart of the palace's preparation, and towards a more intimate, personal space. The air here undergoes a gentle transformation, growing softer, cooler, imbued with a delicate, clean scent of polished wood and fine, aged textiles, a welcome shift from the rich, yeasty aromas of the kitchen. You move through a series of wide, gently curving passages, their walls carved from smooth, dark stone, absorbing all sound, save for the subtle whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the unyielding surfaces. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet journey through the hushed corridors, guiding you towards the private chambers where the rituals of mourning are already quietly unfolding. As you turn a final corner, a soft, concentrated glow appears ahead, emanating from a large, high-ceilinged antechamber adjoining your private dining alcove. This is where your morning meal is traditionally laid. You step onto the thick, plush rug woven from undyed camel hair, its deep pile cushioning your steps with a soft, silent give, creating an immediate sense of hushed intimacy. The lamplight in this antechamber is exceptionally gentle, diffused by intricate bronze screens, casting a warm, golden glow that softens every surface and deepens the rich hues of the surrounding silk drapes. The air is still, holding a faint, clean, almost mineral scent from fine pottery, mingling with a subtle sweetness from anticipated fruits. Your gaze sweeps across a low, circular table of dark, gleaming ebony that occupies the center of the antechamber. Upon it, two palace servants move with a quiet, practiced grace, their movements efficient and unhurried. They are mere silhouettes in the soft lamplight, their presence a testament to generations of dedicated service. Their low, murmured conversations are barely audible, a soft, rhythmic hum that blends seamlessly with the other subtle sounds of preparation. Your attention is drawn to their hands, which move with meticulous precision, arranging your breakfast setting. One servant holds a stack of small, beautifully crafted clay bowls, their surfaces a smooth, muted ochre, adorned with delicate, hand-painted patterns in deep indigo. He carefully places one bowl onto the polished ebony table. The sound is a soft, rhythmic dirk clink, a delicate resonance of pottery on wood, barely audible, yet intensely focused. He then places a matching, slightly larger plate beside it, the same soft clink accompanying its placement. Each piece of pottery feels cool and smooth, its weight balanced, a testament to the potter's skill. A faint, earthy scent of baked clay rises subtly, quickly dissipating into the quiet air. The other servant, equally precise, arranges a collection of slender, elegant clay goblets, their forms graceful and unadorned. She holds one goblet with both hands, her fingers gently adjusting its position on the ebony table. The sound is a soft, melodic clink, a delicate resonance that seems to hang in the air for a fleeting moment before it fades. Each goblet is placed with thoughtful care, ensuring perfect alignment. As she moves, the subtle scrape of a clay spoon against the rim of a bowl is heard, a fine, dry sound, almost a whisper, as she prepares for the morning's first offering. You watch their hands, their movements, a quiet dance of patience and skill, creating a harmonious arrangement for your morning meal. The soft, rhythmic clinking of pottery, a delicate, almost melodic sound from the palace antechamber, slowly begins to recede as the diligent servants complete their quiet preparations for your morning meal. The gentle lamplight, diffused and warm, still casts its golden glow, but the sense of anticipation now feels complete, a moment of quiet domesticity concluded. You turn from the polished ebony table, your bare feet finding the plush camel hair rug, gliding with unhurried grace from the antechamber, drawn towards a different kind of quiet, a more natural embrace. The thick, soft fibers of the rug yield beneath your steps, creating no sound, only a profound sense of hushed movement. The air around you, still holding the faint, clean scent of fine pottery and the subtle sweetness of anticipated fruits, begins to subtly shift, growing cooler, fresher. Imbued with a distinct, verdant aroma, you pass through a series of wide, gently curving passages, their walls carved from smooth, dark limestone, absorbing all sound, save for the subtle whisper of your own bare feet, gliding over the cool, unyielding stone floors. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet journey through the hushed corridors, guiding you towards the outer reaches of your royal gardens. As you turn a final corner, a soft, concentrated glow appears ahead, emanating from a wide, open archway. This archway, carved from dark, polished diorite, leads directly into a secluded arbor within the vast hanging gardens. You step through the cool stone of the archway, a grounding presence against your skin, and onto a path of smooth, cool river stones, meticulously laid. The air that greets you is immediately cooler, crisper, carrying the profound, earthy scent of damp soil and lush foliage, distinct from the palace interiors. The moonlight, now high and brilliant, filters through a dense canopy of grapevines, creating an intricate, shifting pattern of light and shadow on the path below. Your gaze sweeps upwards, taking in the magnificent arbor, thick ancient grapevines, their gnarled trunks testament to centuries of growth, intertwine overhead, forming a living roof of broad, velvety leaves. Clusters of ripe, dark grapes, almost black in the moonlight, hang suspended, heavy with their sweetness, just out of reach. The entire structure feels like a natural cathedral, a cool, shaded tunnel of verdant life. The silence here is profound, broken only by the soft, continuous drip, drip, drip of water falling from an unseen leaf or a small, hidden fountain, a rhythmic, soothing sound that weaves through the profound stillness. You begin to walk along the winding pathway, your bare feet finding the familiar, smooth surface of the cool river stones. Each stone feels cool and rounded beneath your soles, a grounding presence that connects you directly to the ancient earth. The path curves gently, leading you deeper into the verdant quiet of the arbor. The dense canopy above creates a natural tunnel, further deepening the sense of seclusion and peace. As you move, your fingers reach out, brushing lightly against a broad, cool grapevine leaf. It feels smooth and slightly rough, its texture surprisingly firm, yet soft, a delicate, cool touch against your skin. A faint, green, almost tart scent of fresh sap rises from the disturbed foliage, quickly dissipating into the damp air. A gentle, almost imperceptible breeze begins to stir, a cool breath that caresses your bare skin, raising tiny, fleeting goosebumps that quickly fade, leaving behind a refreshing coolness. You feel its soft touch on your face and arms, a delicate whisper of moving air. As this breeze deepens, the broad leaves of the grapevines above respond with a soft, rhythmic rustle. The soft, rhythmic rustle of the grapevine leaves. A calming presence in the cool, shaded arbor slowly begins to recede as you turn from the verdant tunnel. The cool night air, still carrying the delicate, sweet scent of ripe grapes and damp soil, now feels complete. A moment of profound communion with a quiet garden concluded. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool, smooth river stones, glide with unhurried grace from the earthy path, finding a subtly warmer, smoother surface of polished limestone that leads you away from the verdant depths. The dappled moonlight, filtered through the thick canopy, gradually brightens as you ascend a short, gentle incline, transitioning to a softer, more direct glow from within the palace. The air here undergoes a subtle shift, growing warmer, imbued with a delicate, clean scent of polished wood and fine, aged textiles. A welcoming change from the humid earthiness of the garden. You move through a wide, arching doorway, its frame carved from dark, smooth cedar, and into a small, private lounge. The floor beneath your bare feet is now covered with a plush, deep pile rug, woven from the softest, undyed camel hair, its thick fibers absorbing your steps with a profound, silent give. creating an immediate sense of hushed intimacy. The lamplight in this lounge is exceptionally gentle, diffused by intricate bronze screens, casting a warm golden glow that softens every surface and deepens the rich hues of the surrounding silk drapes. Your gaze is drawn to a low, exquisitely carved ebony table that occupies the center of the lounge. Its surface, polished to a mirror-like sheen, reflects the gentle lamplight with a muted, dark luster, revealing the intricate patterns of the wood's natural grain. Upon it, meticulously placed, rests a single, magnificent golden goblet, catching the light with a rich, inviting luster. The goblet, a masterpiece of ancient goldsmithing, is reserved for your evening libations, a symbol of quiet ritual and enduring luxury. A faint, clean scent of polished metal, almost imperceptible, rises subtly, mingling with the deep, dry aroma of the ebony. You approach the table, your hand reaching for the goblet. Your fingers close around its cool, smooth surface. The gold feels substantial, yet perfectly balanced, its weight a reassuring presence in your palm. You lift it gently, feeling its solid, refined form. The goblet is intricately crafted, its entire surface covered in a delicate, almost microscopic filigree of swirling patterns, and tiny, stylized lotus blossoms, etched with breathtaking precision into the precious metal. The lamplight plays across these raised designs, making them subtly shimmer, revealing the profound artistry of the goldsmith. Each tiny detail, each perfectly formed curve, speaks of a dedication to beauty that transcends time. You bring the goblet closer, holding it steady in both hands. Your index fingertip extends, cool and precise, to the rim of the goblet. With slow, deliberate care, you begin to trace the raised script that encircles its upper edge, an ancient inscription of blessing and prosperity. The gold feels cool and perfectly smooth beneath your touch, yet you can distinctly feel the subtle, raised contours of each cuneiform symbol. The sensation is incredibly fine, a delicate march of your fingertip against the intricate metalwork, barely audible, yet intensely focused. You follow the curves and angles, feeling the profound patience and skill embedded in every line, a silent communion with the artisan's hand. You turn the goblet slowly, allowing the lamplight to illuminate different sections of the delicate filigree. Your thumb gently brushes over the body of the goblet, feeling the delicate texture of the tiny etched lotus blossoms, their petals rendered in miniature, yet with exquisite detail. The gold gleams with a deep, warm luster under the lamplight, a silent testament to its timeless beauty and the hands that shaped it. The profound elegance of the golden goblet, its intricate filigree, a silent narrative of beauty, slowly recedes as you gently place it back onto the polished ebony table. The subtle warmth that had transferred from your hands to the precious metal now dissipates into the quiet air of the private lounge. The deep, dry aroma of the ebony, still mingling with the faint, clean scent of polished gold, now feels complete. A moment of quiet appreciation concluded. Your bare feet, accustomed to the plush camel hair rug, glide with unhurried grace from the table, drawn towards a wide, arching doorway that promises a different kind of transition. A change from the contained quiet to the expansive dawn. The thick, soft fibers of the rug yield beneath your steps, creating no sound, only a profound sense of hushed movement. The air around you, still holding a delicate blend of polished wood and subtle spices, begins to subtly shift, growing cooler, fresher, imbued with a distinct, almost dewy aroma. You pass through a series of wide, gently curving passages, their walls carved from smooth, dark limestone, absorbing all sound, save for the subtle whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the cool, unyielding stone floors. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet journey through the hushed corridors, guiding you towards the eastern facade of the palace. As you turn a final corner, a soft, ethereal glow appears ahead, emanating from a grand, high archway. This archway, carved from dark, polished diorite, leads directly into a wide, open balcony overlooking the majestic Euphrates River. You step through the cool stone of the archway, a grounding presence against your skin, and onto a cool, smooth floor of polished white marble. The air that greets you is immediately cooler, crisper, carrying the profound, clean scent of fresh river water and distant, damp reeds, distinct from the palace interiors. The eastern sky, still deep indigo, now shows the first faint blush of dawn, a delicate wash of pale rose and soft violet spreading across the horizon. Your gaze sweeps across the vast panorama. The Euphrates River, a wide, shimmering ribbon of dark silver, flows silently in the distance, its surface reflecting the nascent light of the approaching day. On its banks, tall, slender reeds sway almost imperceptibly in the gentle pre-dawn breeze, their faint, dry shush, a delicate counterpoint to the profound stillness. Your attention is drawn to the heavy silk drapes that frame the archway, their rich, deep indigo fabric, the same shade as the deepest night sky, still drawn, obscuring a full view of the awakening world. You move with unhurried steps towards the drapes, your bare feet finding the familiar, cool surface of the polished white marble. You reach out, your fingers gently closing around the thick, luxurious folds of the silk. It feels incredibly soft, smooth and cool beneath your touch, its dense weave absorbing the faint lamplight from within the chamber. A faint, dry whisper of silk against silk accompanies your movement as you gather a section of the drape. The fabric is heavy, substantial, yet yields with an effortless grace to your touch, revealing the world beyond. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to gently brush the silk drapes aside. The rich indigo fabric glides smoothly over itself, creating a soft, continuous roastage that is barely audible, yet profoundly calming. As the drapes part, the nascent light of dawn pours into the chamber, a soft, cool illumination that quickly dispels the lingering shadows. The first hints of the rising sun paint the eastern sky in breathtaking hues of soft gold, pale peach, and delicate rose, reflected in the calm waters of the Euphrates. The air, now cooler and fresher, carries the clean, earthy scent of riverbanks and the subtle, almost metallic aroma of the awakening day. The gentle swish of the silk drapes, a delicate sound as you held them aside, now gently recedes as you slowly release them, allowing the heavy fabric to fall back into place, softly obscuring the first ethereal hints of dawn over the Euphrates. The cool, crisp air from the open balcony, a refreshing kiss against your bare skin, now feels complete, a moment of vast, outward contemplation concluded. You turn from the polished white marble of the balcony floor, your bare feet finding the familiar smooth surface, guiding you away from the awakening world, and back into the hushed intimacy of your private sleeping chambers. The soft, cool light of dawn, though now subtly filtered by the heavy silk, still permeates the air, mingling with the warm, golden glow of the few remaining oil lamps, their flames now appearing softer, more subdued. The air here is still, holding a delicate blend of lotus blossoms from the bronze vase and the faint, grounding aroma of myrrh and frankincense from the balm on your temples. Your bare feet glide with unhurried grace from the cool marble, finding the familiar, plush embrace of the thick camel hair rug, its deep pile cushioning your steps with a profound, silent give, drawing you towards the grand bed that awaits. Your gaze settles on the bed, a magnificent structure of polished dark wood, its frame gleaming softly in the gentle light. The mattress, filled with the finest down and fragrant herbs, appears invitingly soft, its surface a pristine expanse of cool, smooth linen sheets. Upon it, folded with meticulous care, rests a finely woven wool blanket, its muted, natural color, a soft contrast to the white linen. A faint, clean scent of laundered wool, subtly infused with the delicate herbs from the mattress below, rises from the bed, a profound invitation to rest. You approach the bed, your hands reaching out to gently smooth the surface of the crisp linen sheets. They feel cool and incredibly smooth beneath your fingertips, a delicate, dry rustle accompanying your touch as you lightly adjust them. You then ease yourself onto the edge of the bed, feeling the soft, immediate give general of the mattress beneath your weight, a luxurious yielding that supports your form with effortless grace. The herbal scent from within the mattress, now closer and more pronounced, rises to envelop you, a subtle blend of lavender and chamomile, deeply calming and familiar. With unhurried precision, you shift your body, settling deeper into the soft embrace of the bed. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool stone and soft rug, now find the smooth, cool linen, a refreshing sensation. You arrange the pillows, plump and soft, beneath your head, feeling their gentle give as they perfectly cradle your neck and shoulders. The fine linen pillowcases feel cool and smooth against your skin, their subtle scent of fresh laundry mingling with the bed's deeper aromas. A profound sense of release spreads through your body as you fully recline, allowing the soft mattress to absorb all tension. Your fingers then reach for the edge of the finely woven wool blanket. It is a masterpiece of craftsmanship, spun from the softest, undyed desert wool, its fibers incredibly fine and pliable. You draw it gently upwards, feeling its surprising lightness, yet noting its substantial, comforting drape. The wool feels exquisitely soft against your skin, a delicate, almost airy warmth that immediately begins to settle around you. The subtle, dry hush of the wool as it glides over the linen sheets is barely audible, a soft, repetitive sound that accompanies its slow ascent. You pull the blanket higher, allowing it to envelop your form, tucking it gently around your shoulders and neck. The soft, breathable wool now covers you completely, creating a cocoon of delicate warmth and profound comfort. The profound softness and warmth of your finely woven wool blanket, a comforting presence enveloping your form, slowly begins to recede as you gently stir. The delicate, almost airy warmth a quiet embrace in your private sleeping chambers now feels complete, a moment of deep rest savored. The subtle herbal scent from the mattress beneath, still mingling with the clean, earthy aroma of the natural wool, now feels like a lingering whisper. The soft, filtered light of dawn, though still subdued by the heavy silk drapes, hints at the awakening world beyond. You slowly shift your weight, carefully easing yourself from the soft embrace of the bed. The crisp linen sheets beneath you respond with a faint, dry crinkle, a delicate sound that dissipates almost immediately into the hushed air. Your bare feet find the familiar, plush comfort of the thick camel hair rug, its deep pile cushioning your steps with a profound, silent give drawing you towards the wide, open archway that leads out into the burgeoning dawn. The air around you, still holding the delicate blend of lotus blossoms and ancient resins, begins to subtly shift, growing cooler, fresher, imbued with a distinct, dewy aroma. You pass through the archway, its frame carved from dark, smooth cedar, and onto a cool, polished limestone pathway. The soft, golden lamplight of your chambers now mingles with the ethereal, silvery light of early dawn, creating a gentle, luminous haze. The air that greets you is crisp and cool, carrying the profound, clean scent of fresh earth and damp foliage, distinct from the palace interiors. The eastern sky, now a breathtaking canvas of pale rose, soft peach, and nascent gold, signals the very cusp of a new day. You move with unhurried steps along the winding pathway, your bare feet finding the familiar smooth surface of the cool limestone. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet journey through the awakening gardens. The path curves gently, leading you deeper into a secluded section where the foliage is particularly lush, still holding the deep, cool shadows of night. From somewhere close by, the soft, continuous drip, drip, drip of water, falling from an unseen leaf or a small, hidden fountain, becomes audible, a rhythmic, soothing sound that weaves through the profound stillness of the pre-dawn hours. As you round a gentle bend in the path, your gaze is drawn to a clearing, bathed in the soft, nascent light. There, standing with an exquisite, quiet grace, is a single peacock. Its magnificent tail feathers, still partially fanned from a recent display, catch the ethereal light, revealing hints of their iridescent emerald, sapphire, and gold. The bird's head, crowned with its delicate crest, is turned, its keen eye observing its surroundings with a calm, unhurried intensity. The air around it feels still, almost reverent, as if the entire garden holds its breath in the presence of such beauty. You pause, your bare feet rooted to the cool, smooth limestone, allowing yourself to simply observe. The peacock begins a slow, deliberate movement. Its head dips slightly, its long, slender neck curving with an almost liquid grace. Its beak, a hard, smooth ivory, gently reaches for a single feather on its breast. The feather is a soft, muted blue, blending subtly with the darker plumage. The beak closes around the feather with a delicate, almost imperceptible pressure, and then, with a slow, precise motion, it begins to draw the feather through its beak. The sound is a soft, dry asterisk, ZZ zip, a minute, almost ethereal whisper of quill and barb, sliding against the smooth, hard ivory of the beak. It is a sound of meticulous care, of patient grooming. The feather, now perfectly smoothed, springs back into place with a subtle, almost invisible flick. The peacock then shifts its weight, a slight, almost imperceptible rustle of its own body feathers, before repeating the action. The soft, rhythmic asterisk ZZ zip asterisk of the peacock's preening, a delicate, almost ethereal whisper from within the lush garden, slowly begins to recede as the magnificent bird, now satisfied with its meticulous grooming, steps with unhurried grace into deeper foliage. The cool, crisp air from the awakening garden still carrying the profound, clean scent of fresh earth and damp leaves, now feels complete. A moment of tranquil observation concluded. You turn from the cool, polished limestone pathway, your bare feet finding the familiar smooth surface, guiding you away from the verdant depths and back towards the ancient, silent heart of the palace. The ethereal, silvery light of early dawn, still painting the eastern sky in soft hues, gradually brightens as you move. You pass through a series of wide, gently curving passages, their walls carved from smooth, dark limestone, absorbing all sound save for the subtle whisper of your own bare feet gliding over the cool, unyielding stone floors. Each step is deliberate, measured, a quiet journey through the hushed corridors, guiding you deeper into the interior of your royal dwelling. The air here undergoes a subtle transformation, growing gradually warmer, imbued with a faint, clean scent of ancient stone and polished wood, a welcoming shift from the dewy freshness of the garden. The soft, filtered light of dawn, now more diffused, creates long, gentle shadows that dance softly along the walls, indicating the gradual ascent of the sun. As you turn a final corner, you step into a vast, central atrium, its high, vaulted ceiling unseen in the still subdued light. The floor here is an expanse of flawlessly polished black basalt, cool and incredibly smooth beneath your bare feet, a solid anchor in the grand space. The air is still, yet it holds a subtle, almost imperceptible hum, a deep, pervasive vibration that speaks of a vast, ancient structure slowly, gently stirring to life. It is not a loud or demanding sound, but a delicate, layered presence, a quiet symphony of awakening. You move with unhurried steps towards the center of the atrium, your bare feet tracing the cool, polished basalt. You pause, standing perfectly still, allowing your senses to fully absorb this subtle transformation of the palace. The distant, continuous standing Paschansee, non-a of water from the garden's irrigation system, a constant companion throughout the night, is now almost entirely absorbed by the thick stone walls, a mere ghost of a sound. Instead, your attention is drawn to the layers of faint, emerging sounds that comprise the palace's awakening hum. From somewhere far below, a soft, almost inaudible scrape of stone on stone. Then, a muffled thud hints at a distant door being gently opened, or a heavy object being subtly shifted. This is followed by a very faint, rhythmic, swish, 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 like the soft brush of brooms on polished floors, or the quiet movement of linen drapes in a far-off chamber. These sounds are so distant, so muted, that they barely register, yet they form a continuous, delicate texture, a subtle background to the profound stillness. The air, cool and still, carries these faint vibrations, making the very stone around you seem to hum with a quiet, awakening energy. You close your eyes for a moment, focusing solely on this almost imperceptible hum. You can discern the delicate, rhythmic Naxi bar of fine pottery from a distant kitchen, softer and more diffused than the sounds from your antechamber earlier. A quiet promise of morning preparations. Then, a very soft, almost breath-like whisper of air moving through unseen passages, a gentle sigh of the palace itself. Each sound is isolated, yet connected, forming a subtle, continuous tapestry of quiet activity that seems to expand and contract with a gentle, rhythmic pulse. The faint, clean scent of polished stone and ancient cedar, now infused with a hint of morning dust, deepens the sensory experience. The almost imperceptible hum of the palace awakening, a distant, layered symphony of soft scrapes and muted swishes, now gently recedes, fading further into the periphery of your awareness. The profound stillness of the atrium, where you last stood, now feels miles away, a memory softening at the edges. You are deeply settled within the luxurious embrace of your bed. The finely woven wool blanket, a delicate weight, pulled softly up to your chin. Its exquisite softness, a continuous, comforting presence against your skin. The faint, filtered light of dawn, still subdued by the heavy silk drapes, casts a warm, golden glow within your private sleeping chambers, softening every surface, inviting a deeper surrender to rest. You shift your weight almost imperceptibly, a minute adjustment that allows the soft, yielding mattress to further conform to the curves of your body. The crisp linen sheets beneath you respond with a faint, dry crinkle, a delicate sound that dissipates almost immediately into the hushed air, leaving only the profound quiet. The plump, soft pillows cradle your head and neck with effortless grace, their fine linen cases cool and smooth against your cheek, subtly absorbing the lingering warmth from your skin. A profound sense of release spreads through your body, a gentle relaxation that begins at your toes and slowly ascends, dissolving any remaining tension. Each muscle, each fiber, softens, yielding to the deep comfort. The air around you, still and profoundly peaceful, is now exquisitely layered with the lingering sense of your own creations, a personal tapestry of aroma, woven through the night. You breathe slowly, deeply, allowing the subtle fragrances to wash over you, an internal landscape of familiar comfort. First, the ethereal sweetness of the moon-harvested essence, a delicate, almost crystalline whisper, seems to dance at the very edge of your senses. It is light, clean, and profoundly pure, a memory of distant starlight captured in liquid form, now diffused and softened by the intimate air of your chamber. This delicate scent then intertwines with the clean, aquatic sweetness of the freshly cut lotus blossoms, their pristine aroma rising gently from the bronze vase nearby. It is a profound, pure fragrance that speaks of calm waters and serene beauty, a subtle coolness within the warmer air. This, in turn, merges with the deeper, more grounding notes of the myrrh and frankincense balm, still subtly radiating from your temples. That rich, earthy, and slightly spicy aroma, an ancient blend of profound peace, now feels like a warm, comforting blanket, settling deeper into your being with each slow, deliberate inhalation. You feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest with each breath, a slow, steady rhythm that deepens the sense of profound calm. The soft, breathable wool blanket, its exquisite softness a constant against your skin, now feels like a second skin, a protective cocoon that separates you from the waking world. The subtle warmth from your own body, held gently by the blanket, creates a perfect enveloping comfort, neither too hot nor too cool. A harmonious balance that invites a deeper surrender. The delicate, almost imperceptible texture of the wool, a fine, soft caress, continues its gentle presence, a quiet reminder of its luxurious embrace. The palace's distant hum, once a faint presence, now fades almost entirely, becoming a mere ghost of a sound, absorbed by the thick stone walls and the plush fabrics of your chambers. Only the profound, intimate quiet remains, punctuated by the soft, rhythmic presence of your own breathing. The layered aromas of your creations, a subtle blend of ethereal moon essence, pure lotus, and grounding resins, weave together, becoming a single, harmonious fragrance that cradles your senses. You are entirely enveloped, a deep, unhurried sense of peace washing over you, dissolving the last vestiges of thought. The exquisite softness of your finely woven wool blanket, a delicate weight, now feels like an extension of your own peaceful form, pulled gently up to your chin. The profound, enveloping comfort of your bed, a sanctuary of plush mattress and cool linen, holds you completely, a deep, unhurried surrender from the lingering sense of your creations. The last whispers of the palace's distant hum have entirely faded, leaving behind an even deeper quiet in your private sleeping chambers as the night descends into its most tranquil hours. You lie perfectly still, the subtle warmth emanating from the natural wool a gentle caress against your skin, a consistent, reassuring presence. The intricate weave of the blanket, though unseen, is felt as a delicate, almost imperceptible texture, a fine, soft embrace that deepens the sense of security. Beneath you, the luxurious mattress, filled with the finest down and fragrant herbs, yields effortlessly to every curve of your body, creating a sensation of weightlessness, as if you are floating on a cloud of profound comfort. Each point of contact, from your shoulders to your heels, is softly supported, dissolving any remaining hint of pressure. The subtle, dry fragrance of the dried herbs from within the mattress, a blend of lavender and chamomile, now feels completely integrated into your breathing, a continuous, calming presence that seems to slow the very rhythm of your thoughts. The plump, soft pillows, perfectly arranged beneath your head, continue to cradle you with exquisite tenderness. Their fine linen cases, now warmed to your own temperature, feel utterly smooth against your cheek, a familiar, comforting touch. The subtle scent of fresh laundry from the pillowcases, mingled with the deeper, earthy aromas of the mattress, creates a harmonious blend that signals absolute repose. All external sounds have vanished completely. The distant drip, drip, drip asterisk from the garden, the faint swish of silk drapes, the almost imperceptible clink of pottery, all have dissolved into an encompassing silence. This is a profound, absolute quiet, a stillness that seems to extend beyond the walls of your chamber, enveloping the entire world in a hushed embrace. Within this deep quiet, only the gentle, rhythmic rise and fall of your own chest remains, a soft, steady presence, a quiet, internal pulse. The air in the chamber, warm and still, feels soft against your skin, a delicate, almost velvety caress. The lingering sense of your creations, the ethereal whisper of moon essence, the pure, clean sweetness of lotus, and the grounding, ancient aroma of myrrh and frankincense, have now blended seamlessly, becoming a single, diffused fragrance that permeates every breath. It is a subtle, unchanging aroma, a personal signature of tranquility that deepens with each slow, deliberate inhalation, guiding your mind further into a state of profound peace. The filtered light of dawn, once a soft glow, now seems to dim even further, becoming a mere impression of light, casting only the softest, most indistinct shadows that melt into the comforting darkness. Your eyelids feel heavy, a gentle weight, slowly, deliberately, closing over your eyes, sealing away the last vestiges of the external world. The sensation of sinking deeper into the mattress intensifies, a gentle, downward pull that encourages complete surrender. Your limbs feel heavy, yet utterly relaxed, a profound languor spreading through every fiber of your being. The warmth of the blanket, the softness of the bed, the quiet of the chamber, and the comforting sense all merge into a single, enveloping sensation of absolute peace. The distinction between your body and the bed, between yourself and the surrounding stillness, begins to blur, dissolving into a singular, tranquil experience. You are utterly safe, utterly warm, utterly still, and utterly at peace.